TiE Women's Pitchfest today is not very easy to put together. It takes quite a lot of planning, it takes quite a lot of diligence from the team that's involved in from TiE Mysuru. This time, the second edition of the Women's Pitchfest, anchored by Sri Lakshmi Desi Raju. And so she, in spite of her very busy schedule, did a fantastic job. More quality participation and more quality presentations if we have to grow as a hub for entrepreneurship, which we have been aspiring to do. TiE is all about fostering entrepreneurship, which means there is a bundle of aspirations that come with it to see the ecosystem go through a transformation and become entrepreneurship centric. There are great institutions, there's a good ecosystem, good timing, there's good participation from Government of Karnataka, participation and support. And we at TiE Mysuru want to leverage this time and actually meet all the goals that we can. It's been a good year, and the remainder of the year I hope will also be good with more enriching events. So thank you all for coming today. Thank you for all the participants, very good presentations, very impressive. I wish we had more time to do the mentoring. That gets squeezed a little bit, but they were very good anyway. So we're looking forward to learning from a lot of these presentations. I'll take just one more minute. For you to come in and participate in such platforms, I know we had proposals from Mumbai, Bangalore as well, is a great opportunity to network. You're not only competing, you're talking to entrepreneurs, you're talking to potential investors, and you have an opportunity to collaborate, talk to other participants, and hopefully find meaningful collaborations to grow your businesses. Maybe you will get newer ideas. So that's the objective of the the Pitchfest. Wish you all the best, and congratulations for getting to this stage. Thank you.
Those inspiring words. I'm sure all the participants are extremely charged up to give your pitches. So now may I request Mr. Shankar Prasad, TiE Associate Member, to kindly introduce the jury members.
Three very well-known, illustrious jury members. It's such an honor for me. Thanks, TiE, for this. Dr. Rama Shastri Ambarish is the Dean of Myra School of Business as of today. Dr. Rama Shastri Ambarish has been, he is a bachelor in physics and mathematics from the University of Mysore and has an engineering degree from Indian Institute of Science. Holds a postgraduate diploma from IIM Ahmedabad, generally known as a postgraduate diploma from IIM Ahmedabad. And he's a PhD in finance from Stern School of Business, New York. An amazing mix of subjects and exposure there, Dr. Ambarish has been in an extensive academic career with premier global universities, including New York University, McGraw-Hill University of Wisconsin, Georgetown University, before starting his career in finance and global securities market. His experience span a role at multiple global organizations, including ION as the CFO, Citibank, Vice President of the Global Market, and World Bank Principal Finance Officer. He has been an advisor for many global large institution investors, including pension funds, treasury, and central banks on investment and risk management. He founded and managed Visishta Fund, an FII fund which invests in Indian public market. Thank you very much, sir, for having given your time and being part of this jury. Janaki Venkatraman, she is the CEO of BioMonita, where she leads strategy and management. Janani, I'm sorry, extremely sorry, my apologies. Janani has 20 plus years of experience in various fields of biology with over 10 years focused on infection drug discovery. Janani was part of the founding team of the Bugworks, a cutting-edge drug discovery company innovating treatments for antibiotic-resistant infections. Previously, she was a team leader at AstraZeneca India, where she helped manage the early discovery portfolio and providing scientific leadership. Janani received her PhD in molecular biophysics from Indian Institute of Science and trained as a, how do I say, FRAXA fellow at the Yale University, USA. Janani has multiple publications in international journals to her credit. Thank you very much, ma'am. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us. And certainly, Jayashree Krishna, our own Mysorean, she is a strategic advisor, the learning and development. Jayashree brings in 3 decades of experience in the field of education. She has a breadth of experience working with EdTech, K-12 school and universities, as well as multinational corporations in India and the US. She is currently, her current role is a consultant at the University of Mysore, where she works with the Vice Chancellor Office to conceptualize and establish University Career Hub in the University of Mysore, a significant component of this center being a maker's lab. In the same capacity, she is actively involved with the university in designing career support services for UG and PG students. Parallel to her work at the university, she plays a role of learning coach with a global IT firm. In this role, she supports programs in North America, APAC, Europe region. She coaches faculty members from the business to ensure that learning is maximized. She also has a tremendous entrepreneurial background with a stint with a D2C retail EdTech product company, in addition to board responsibilities. Before being an entrepreneur, she is a corporate career coach. During a decade-long corporate tenure at Wipro and IBM, she worked on large-scale campus-wide skilling initiatives. Specific to mention were the skill ramp-up on the mainframe technologies during the Y2K ramp-up, starting with .NET beta days. Career in higher education as part of the KVT SDC, Karnataka Vocational Training and Skill Development Council task force. She led the team to build learning assessment content for skill development programs for ITI across states of Karnataka. As a content developer, vendor to the Ministry of HRD, she was involved in building content for UG programs to inculcate quality in various teaching practices, apart from other, quite a long list. And quite recently, as a response to the COVID-19 crisis, she was involved in setting up, implementing low-cost online learning platform as an affordable school chain to serve the rural and semi-urban communities in Karnataka. She was also involved in tech enabling different stakeholders. With K-12 school, she is involved in coaching teachers to redesigning content for a flipped class model and enabling the teaching community to create a culture of growth mindset in school. Thank you very much, ma'am. It's been a pleasure to have you. And a big round of applause to all 3 of them. I'm sure we'll have a great, thank you very much.
Request Ms. Pooja Somshekar, TiE Associate Member, to introduce our first finalist for today, Mindfully Sorted Pvt Ltd. And may I request the team to kindly get ready for your pitch.
Good evening, everyone. I'm pretty sure everyone are looking for this moment. Now the actual battle begins. So let's start with the growth stage. The first participant here is Mindfully Sorted Pvt Ltd. Mindfully Sorted is a startup founded by Sharmistha Mazumdar, a behavioral and mental health platform focused on working adults, especially women. Mindfully Sorted provided tech-enabled psychology-based solution to help people reach their true potential and sort their life. Mindfully Sorted is incubated at IIM NSR Cell among top 50 women ventures. Mindfully Sorted touched 10,000 plus lives in the last 2 years through its program. For this TiE Women Pitchfest, Mindfully Sorted is mentored by Mr. Bhaskar Kalale, Charter Member, TiE Mysuru Chapter. I request Sharmistha Mazumdar to present this pitch to the jury members, and all the best.
And thank you, TiE Mysuru, for this opportunity. Well, a few years back, or maybe when I say in the younger days, I will never dare to stand on the stage and address anyone. High lack of self-confidence, self-esteem, anxiety, and that's when I started working on myself post my MBA days. Very intelligent, but could never express myself. And that's when I started working on myself, seeked help, took counseling, and I saw that there is so much of tremendous power in the method. And that's when, after 15 years of my experience as an HR professional, I wanted to give back the same power of knowledge or power of counseling and psychology therapists to the people around me. And this is where we started Mindfully Sorted. Mindfully Sorted is a safe space to be sorted. What we are building is a technology-enabled mental health platform, and we are curating psychology-based intervention specifically focused on working women. When we look into mental health is a crisis, it's an epidemic. We all know COVID has opened our eyes in many ways. We in India have a severe crisis of providers of mental health services. We need to be innovative. We need to break the stigma. And it is not easy for us to do it in the very traditional ways. And that's where we are focused on women's life. When we look at our women's life, we can see that women go through different stages, and each of these stages kind of backtracks them from their career. And that's when we look at the numbers, 18% of women in the IT/ITES sector actually quit their jobs during the COVID system, during the COVID crisis. And why so? Because whether it's marriage, whether it's motherhood, whether it's menopause, any of this take a toll on our mental crisis, and that takes a toll on the kind of career that we are trying to build up. With this problem statement, we are trying to build a solution. Now, how are we addressing our solution? The first thing that we are trying to do in our solution is break the stigma. We are creating the community. Creating the community which is safe and which is non-judgmental. We are working on women retreats. We are working on workshop assessments, which are kind of bringing together women to find that space where they can express and seek help. The second is introduce them that what counseling and therapy means by short-term programs. And the third thing is when they actually bring them into a cycle of being our long-term clients through one-on-ones. Therapy is something that we believe is required by every woman who are there in the modern world. From a tech-enabled solution perspective, we just launched our web-based platform where it is a very easily solution in which you can find your right match. It's one of the major crises that we have seen in last 2 years of doing the whole process manually, that one of the things that people don't know that who is my right therapist. And once you are able to find people the right therapist, the whole solution works very smoothly. So we are trying to work on AI, ML in future so that we are able to match people with their right therapist. If you are from Mysuru, maybe someone who can understand your demography, understand your age, understand the kind of conditioning that you have to help you. And this is where we are starting now. But over a period, in the next year, we aim to launch Mindfully 3, which will be focused app on terms of solution for the women. Our focus is women in the early intervention and prevention stage. Most of the competitor in the market will talk about clinical anxiety, depression, suicide, but before that, there is a long journey. And no one is addressing that journey, and that is the focus that we want to build into. Because one, in that journey, the cost is lesser, the time is lesser. Once you're in the loop of the medical cycle, the cost is higher, and the cycle of recovery is even more higher with the whole crisis. The scalability of our revenue model is very simple. The 4 things that you can see on the top is something that we are already in. The first 3, definitely the one-on-one workshop, mind retreats are in place. We are already doing the same in the market with the similar cost. Our margins have been fairly 30 to 40%. Our targets have been that, with the kind of progress, with a little bit of boost of funding, we should be in a stage of 10 CR revenue by next 3 years. The Mindfully 3 is a highly scalable app model where we can have a subscription model, and that is extremely scalable in terms of the technology perspective, and that we should be launching next year. The market potential is huge. If you just look at a basic number, there are $500 billion market which has grown from 250 in 2019 to 500 billion in 2022. So that's a huge progress. But the number on which the app solution or the online solution is actually addressing is only 10 billion USD, right? So if you can see that, there's a 500 billion market, which only 10 billion is technologically enabled. So the kind of opportunity that lies in this segment is extremely huge, and including in India and Asia, and mindfully sorted, we want to definitely focus on Asia Pacific because the cultural nuances are very similar in Asia Pacific, and so are the solutions. The go-to-market strategy for us is what we are currently doing, which is insurance, which is tying up with the tier 2 clinics, corporates. For the one-on-one counseling, we want to grow our retreats. We do women's retreats, which have been fairly popular in the market. We are doing it in Bangalore, but we want to create our bases in Rishikesh, in Goa, in Himachal, and also take it abroad to some fancy places like Bali, because we have seen a great demand in that whole space. Apart from that, the 6-month app is also an holistic approach where counseling, yoga, nutrition, everything can come together to provide a solution, wholesome solution to people. And from a workshop perspective, we don't want to do just the talk awareness session that the EAP gives for free. What we were more focused, and we are already doing, is more customizing it for the leadership to make it more premium and segment from a workshop, corporate workshop perspective. Team, yes, I come with 15 years of experience working in an organization like Accenture, EXL, did my MBA from SCM-HRD. I have been in HR, implemented programs like Employee Assistant Program, have seen that how it's just 3 to 4% employees who actually reach out for help through any of these free apps and modules, and they really don't work in that ways. My co-founder, who is a silent co-founder, is Mridu Das. Mridu Das. Apart from that, I have a... Okay. So apart from that, I have Shiba Nair, who is an influencer and is taking care of our retreats. Madhumita, we have an IT technology partner as well as a social media partners. We have great advisors. Dr. Avinash D'Souza, who is the president of Mumbai Psychiatric Association, is partnering with us and being an early promoter. Harish Srinivasan from Garbhagudi IVF is one of the recent mentors. And we have Sri Lakshmi Desiraju, who takes care of our business strategic mentoring. Peer differentiation, I will take just one line here that there is a long way for a lot of mindfully sorted in this market, because this market is huge and it's going to grow. If you really look at Talkspace in US, they're all in the $100 million club. From a progress since March, we have around 5,000 plus workshop participants. We have around 100 plus people who did our retreats. These are some of the clients and partners that we have worked with so far. So you can see some good names here like Airtel, Airbnb, PharmEasy. We have got some recognition. We were published organic recognition through Mint Lounge, TOI. Investment that we are looking for is 1.5 CR, mainly to invest in technology, team, and growth, which are definitely the vital stepping stones for us to grow from here. We have a very short 30-second testimonial video, if you allow, if the jury allows us to just do as a last closure. Is that okay? Yeah, just a 30-second video. Yeah. Volume.
Calm, composed, and collected. I'm so glad I came here with the Mindfully Sorted. A group of women, we just came here, we started talking about ourselves. We are getting clarity about what we are, what we want, bringing out our emotions. What a wonderful space to be in, psychologically safe. We are opening up.
And it was such an emotional and such an empowering experience altogether. So I'm taking back wonderful memories from here, and so much strength and so much rejuvenation over the period. Thank you, Sharmishta. Great job.
We can't take one-on-one testimonials, but these are the retreat testimonials that we have. Thank you.
How are you feeling now?
someone ask me a question? Okay, sorry.
To ask any questions if you have. We just have 2 minutes.
Yeah, so I see that you have multiple touch points. You have web, you have the app, and you have the direct on ground. So where would your larger focus be? Because your future direction seems to be on the app.
We feel that, definitely the scalability will come with app. Any online traction brings in the scalability which takes away the regional and any other dynamics that you have. But we want to stay on ground also in terms of building our brand, because I see that if you take a service, you might forget tomorrow when you do it from an app. But when people come for a retreat or when you go in person, they do not forget it for the rest of their life. So, of course, when you talk about numbers and business and revenue, the scalability will come from the online platform. And the app and the one-on-one counseling, because it's much more with a larger and scalable globally. But we want to also stay connected and create an SOPs and keep working on our retreats, at least in India.
Thank you for that. One other question from my side. I saw that you have both the B2B and the B2C channel, right? So the dynamics of running a B2B business is very different from a B2C, right? So how do you see managing that and taking it forward?
All right. So our futuristic goal is B2C, because that is where scale is. That is where we look at growth and more deeper interventions. B2B for us is more a marketing channel, because B2B looks for, it's very easy to create modules and work with B2B in some of these modules perspective, like employee well-being partners and some of those things, which is plug and play. The other thing that I would like to share is that all our solutions can be plugged into B2C and B2B. So that's how we are designing our solutions, that we are not creating different product. Yes, from the growth marketing strategy and sales strategy, our revenues are better now in terms of corporate, so we are now focusing corporate, but eventually we want to also focus a larger into B2C, because B2C is where people more authentically come to seek help. In B2B solution, that's why EAPs and etc. find very difficult to find tractions in the B2B model, because while you can have a retreat when you do in corporate versus a retreat when you do in B2C has completely different dynamics. So yes, it's going to be a tough challenge, but our product is going to be same. How we are selling and growing is a learning experience for us. As of now, we are focused on B2B mostly, because the revenue is faster and growth is faster in B2B segment. Pardon?
Sales number last year?
So we started from March 2021 in terms of the revenue channel perspective. So for last year, it was around 8 lakhs. This year, we have crossed 25 as of now.
Thank you, Sharmishta.
I have, just very quickly, your pitch book actually contained something about having metaverse corners for for your business. So you didn't touch on that in your presentation. So have you pivoted out of that, or?
I have not pivoted mentally, but I have pivoted because some of the difficult questions are, just to make my life a little easier for the jury. But to be very honest, metaverse is going to break this whole system, because it's going to be a breakthrough for this place, because a lot of people, whether they are LGBTQ+, whether they are people who don't want to come out in open, metaverse is going to be a great space for them to virtually do the one-on-one sessions and come out in open. So this 10 billion figure, out of that 500 to 10, I think that 10 will go to 100 when the metaverse, and that will be the transformation. If I can do with all your blessings, I think it will be great. But I think it will be happening.
One last question. I know your ask is 1.5 crores, I think. But for your business, before it turns cash positive, how much capital it would require?
From my perspective, I think I invested around 5 lakh initially as a bootstrap organization, and I have been, after that, it's pretty much, it's all running on its own. But I feel that if around cash positive, if we see that it's a very lean model, so if technology is one investment, team I think can sustain over a period. But marketing and technology is where the money will be going. I probably will have to work out my solution and
Okay.
come back in terms
Fair
of
enough.
exact numbers, but yes. Yeah.
Just one quick thing. You did say that you were trying to focus more on, marketing team to put these things together. When you're trying to put, especially towards your app, and you're trying to match people who come looking for a solution with people who might be able to provide a solution. One, do we have adequate talent on ground who are capable of providing these solutions? And how expensive are they likely to be? Because my only worry there is that is actually would be probably a very expensive resource for you.
Right. So today, a counseling anywhere, a chat counseling comes with 500, 600 an hour. If with the kind of market that we are targeting a mid to, mid plus segment. So it's around 1,000, 1,500 with the experienced counselors who come with a license or something with 8 to 10 years of experience. And that is our minimum threshold criteria to select our counselors. Do we have resources? It's a challenge. It's not that everyone has a resource. So that's where multiple touch points. But can there be customization and people can, I think it's a very interesting question, because all the organizations who are in this space are trying to come up with this solution that how, if someone is coming with an anxiety, if traditionally it used to take 10 sessions, how can it become 5 sessions, or how can it become 4 sessions? Plus education or educating people in this segment, psychology has garnered a lot of attention in compared to what it used to be earlier. So, and even government has made a lot of regulations in terms of RCI license, who all can coach, all of it. So it's a subject of research, but definitely that's why self-help tools, like, you do a couple of sessions and then you can switch over to certain self-help tools which can help you, and then you again come back. So the number of physical interaction and kind of how smartly can we do, and that's probably going to be our strength as we grow in the space.
Thank you, Sharmishra. That was a
Yeah.
wonderful presentation. And to our next finalist, MMB Advisors Private Limited, may I now request Pooja to introduce MMB. They'll be joining us on the Zoom link from Mumbai. Adarsh and team, I hope you're ready.
MMB Advisor Private Limited, a pioneering governance tech startup and is one of its kind in the country. Mentor My Board is revolutionizing the way corporate boards operate, institutionalizing the frame of corporate governance in the country with particular emphasis on SMEs and MSMEs. They are on the mission to create a community of 1 lakh directors by 2027. Mentor My Board was founded by Ms. Divya Mumaya. For this Pitchfest, Mentor My Board was mentored by Mr. Shabarishan CK, Charter Member, TiE Mysuru Chapter. They are presenting virtually.
Good evening, everyone at Mysuru. Though we are not present there, but then yes, we are equally excited to be part of this particular fest of TiE. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. I am Neha Shah, partner, Mentor My Board, where governance meets goals. So, when we talk of directors, how and where do we find our directors? Where do we find those top performing independent or women directors who prepares the potential directors to face the challenges of the future? And how does regulation shape the futures of the boards? If we talk of, any professionals, for CAs, we have an institute, that is ICAI. If we talk about CS, we have ICSI to train them as an institute. For managers, there are IIMs and there are management institutes. But for directors, can you think of any? So yes, we have come up with a solution from Mentor My Board to be your one-stop solution for all the directorial needs. So Mentor My Board has various products and services. Our core offerings would definitely, they are based and they are able to, perform. They help directors to perform better in their roles so that they become future fit board ready directors. Our board touch points are such curated learnings for the directors, for the members of Mentor My Board platform, which help them groom themselves in every aspect of boardrooms. Our digital tools are such that they, actually handhold and transform the entire boardrooms to the digital platforms. The essentials that we are talking of include the board tools and the access of leadership learning resources. We conduct events and sessions which are pioneering ones and which help the corporate India be towards their corporate governance missions. If you view our competitors' profiles and us simultaneously, I would say that we are not competitors, but we are facilitators who would encompass and try to bridge the gap between what is existing and what we have come up with. A solution is a digital platform which would encompass networking, which would encompass one-on-one virtual mentoring for the directors. There are many books and publications available for the directors, variety of courses, e-learning courses, which can be learned by them at their own pace and place, and one-on-one board mentoring along with board tools for digital transformation. To address the market, the corporate boards. So we cater to the corporate boards. Yes. So the companies who are aspiring to be listed, the listed companies already who are looking forward for their governance and for their compliance issues, the VC firms, the angel investors, the fund houses, MNCs and growing SMEs and startups are our target audience. If we speak about directors, since the needs of each directorial category is different, we have classified directors into the few listed here by naming independent directors, women directors, aspiring, startup, and foreign directors. And we do not stop here. We also go ahead and train the promoter directors in their roles so that they are encompassing and they would, have an equal directorial position for the independent directors in their organizations. My CFO and my co-founder Vishal will take you through the revenue lines. Over to you, Vishal.
Thank you so much, Neha, for that wonderful presentation. Hi, Mysuru. How are you? I am so missing to be there at this point, but let me continue with my presentation remotely for all of you guys. As you know, we are a portal, a network, in fact, the most elite network in the world, because every time you connect with us, you talk to a room full of decision makers. So our revenue lines come from director's subscription, which means every year a director would pay me some fees to stay on my portal, and I'm going to give him at least 10 times value of he or she being there. We have a corporate subscription where the entire board stands to benefit. We mentor the boardroom, so we have mentoring revenue. We also provide you curated independent and women directors for your boards, even if you are a startup. So there's an executive search fee that we charge, and we do very high-end events like the one which we did, Women Directors Conclave, where Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman graced the occasion at Bombay Stock Exchange on 16th of September this year. May we go on to the next slide, please. So our go-to-market strategy is very simple. Each one of you sitting in this room, whether watching or evaluating, can become our alliance partners and get a straight lift to the top. We are organically and digitally reaching out to various associations, chambers of commerce, and others. We do large events and summits, and we have digital products as our go-to-market strategy. And stay with me, because at the end of my presentation, I'm going to make a special offer for each one of you sitting out there and watching us. Key milestones, we already have 1200 plus directors. Guys, are you listening? You can connect with each one of them. Are you looking at a board position in companies? I have 50 companies already with me. We have 40 plus group mentorings already done, and 120 plus directors have taken individual one-to-one mentoring from our expert mentors who have been there and done that. We are seeking 2 crores for product development and enhancement, for branding, marketing, and sales, for acquiring talent and doing training. And most importantly, we are looking funds to do research, which is very unheard of in a country like India, because we are very good at otherwise copy pasting. So we would invest this money judiciously to grow our community and network. May I go to the last slide, please? We will come to question and answers the moment my timer stops ticking. I want to go to the last slide to give a special offer to all of you. The next slide, not this one, the last slide. There's a thank you slide. Okay, my time is up. So my special offer to all of you is go to the Play Store and download Mentor My Board app and just send us a WhatsApp. Just send us a WhatsApp on our number, which will be displayed by Neha on her screen, and type TM, TiE Mysuru, and I will have a special offer unlocked for you. A special offer for joining MMB only for all those people who have come in today. Over to the board now for Q&A session.
We are unable to hear you. Ma'am, we are unable to hear you. It's on mute.
That's on mute. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, so as an end user, what do I get? Do I get a list of directors out there? What exactly do I get?
Ma'am, it's a little inaudible. Can you please repeat the question?
Can I take it? I'm able to hear it. Can I?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, please.
Okay. Ma'am, as an end user, if you are a director, I can connect you to companies where you can become a potential independent or a woman director. If you are a corporate end user, I can find directors for you who are trained, curated, handheld. And as an end user, if I'm a director, I can get the right kind of training, grooming, mentoring, and networking all at one place.
So typically, like my personal experience on boards, right? With the board formation, okay, you have directors with complementing skills coming up on the board, right?
Can one of you please mute it, because it's echoing. The inside out person has to mute it for us to be audible clearly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yeah, so Vishal, what I was saying is that typically board formation, right, you look for directors with complementing skills, right? Somebody who's good in ops, somebody who's good in design, somebody who's good in marketing and branding, for example, right? If I look at it, like in the list...
Again, you got muted. All of you are muted.
Ma'am.
Vishal, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, this is audible better.
Sorry, I'm repeating, Vishal.
Go ahead. Echoing, it's echoing. The other way was good. The other unmute and this mute was working much better.
Okay, so I'm just going to text, okay?
No, it's on mute. Yes, please.
Okay, sorry, starting the third time, but yeah. I'm saying that board formation, we look for people, directors with complementing skills, right? Like, I mean, you need somebody who's good in ops, you need somebody who's good in branding and marketing, you need somebody who's good in the proper product design itself or the service design itself, right? So when I come to the Mentor My Board portal, for example, in search of a director, will I get them profiled or will you be training them specifically for ops role, specifically for branding and marketing? Like, how would that be?
Ma'am, if I could understand your question correctly, you were asking me that if you come to the platform, the digital platform, particularly searching out for one particular quality, how will we showcase the same? Is that right, what I have understood?
No, I'm more trying to understand what is the coaching or what is it that you will provide as an end service to a company which is looking for a director?
Okay, perfect. So ma'am, as I already said that directors, we curate directors for boards, means we handhold you through the special training courses, the one-on-one sessions with our expert board mentors, wherein they would guide you through various aspects of boardrooms, one, and they would also take you to be digitally sound with the new and technical boardrooms that are, in today.
So to add to just what Neha said, if you are from sales and marketing, we don't teach you the domain, but we make you ready for the board. If you are a tech guy, we make you ready for the board. If you are a finance guy, we make you ready for the board. What are the essential boardroom skills? What kind of research you need to do before you sit on a board seat? How can you actually add value and drive performance to become future fit as an organization? So basically, we make you a contributing or a value adding director. So that's the key here.
The other question I had was, do you really see the market large enough? Because I see a slightly,
Oh, yes. That's an amazing question which my colleague will answer.
Yeah, because I see a different market actually. If you look at the compliance services, for example, if you look at the CACS market, right? I feel that's a much larger segment and a much, fulfilling need for any organization. The director segment might be much smaller in terms of market size. That's my reading. I mean.
Yes. So, ma'am, I would like to contradict what you just mentioned about. The reason being that there are almost 7,500 listed companies. Apart from that, there are more than 50,000 unlisted companies in the market. If you form any LLP, any private limited, any limited company, you tend to become a director. When you're signing your financials, the CA has a disclaimer to say that whatever information has been given by the board is what we have curated or assembled in the report. But then when it comes to directors and when we see the corporate fiascos that are happening with the startup world, you can say, or even with you name the big entities and they have those corporate fiascos, you understand that there is a huge need of the directorial position to be trained, groomed, and nurtured. And definitely each company has a director, so the market is any which ways big. Also, there are many foreign companies who are coming in and establishing their enterprises in India because of the Indian government policies that are opening up. So definitely the directorial need is much, much more wider than what the professional need is.
When a company is thinking of bringing somebody on the board, besides the expertise, they also look at the credibility and the reputation of the person and the chemistry. It's a teamwork. So how do you actually, how many companies do you really expect outside of the MSMEs and startups to approach you to find directors?
That's a very good question. Let me answer that question. Our founder herself is on the board of 6 companies with a cumulative market capitalization of 17,000 plus crores. My other co-founder is also an independent director in one company. So what happens is that the market is right at the top. You need the elite of the elite, because SEBI today requires you to have one woman director on every board. And if you look at the Nifty 50, out of the 50 companies, there are only 14 women who are taking multiple directorships in these 50 companies. So what is happening is that the demand is very huge and the supply is very limited. So even large listed companies have been approaching us for providing the open positions. And our revenue lines are not just focused on placing directors in these companies, but we also offer what we call as a board suite, which is an overall board management tool which can help you to manage your board meetings round the year. A minimum of 5 we calculate, because 4 board meetings and 1 AGM. So we have solutions, and we as a platform are like a Udemy, a LinkedIn, and an Amazon of boardroom combined.
Let me follow up. You have actually different streams of revenue, I see. The first one is yearly membership, and then you have one-on-one mentoring and courses, out of which you get a percentage, I think 40%, and then also some fee from referral of products and services. Now, can you tell me what percentage of the revenue we expect from the membership subscriptions, the yearly membership?
That's a very pertinent question. We expect about 35 to 40% revenue coming from our membership. The other 20% we expect to come from regular courses which we are doing, like Boardroom Mastery, Board Tattva series, and then another 25% we are doing very high-end programs like WOM, Women on Management and Board. The WOM program was launched by Finance Minister this September.
Let me just interject there. A follow-up question. I'm looking at your numbers. I think currently you have about 1,400 registered members, registered people on the platform. And
you're not audible. Can you look at the mic and speak?
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just looking at your numbers, some numbers you've furnished. You say that you have 1,400 people on the platform, but only 75 of them are paid members. That's just over 5%.
Yes.
And all of us know,
Yes.
particularly in the Indian market, converting people from free membership to paid membership is an extremely difficult thing. So since you're expecting 35 to 40% of your revenue to come from that stream, I was just wondering how many people you expect to attract on your platform.
Okay. So let me answer that question. See, when you talk of conversion, we are a network. So we are right now in the process of building our platform or community in such a way that the network effect is yet to kick in. The numbers are too minuscule for us to say or to come to a judgment that, out of 1,400, only 75 are paid. This data was passed. Now we have crossed into 3 digits. And as we do more and more high-end and prestigious events, we are seeing that the traction is improving exponentially. The reason why we have kept a free membership open is to attract people and bring them into our community first. So today, if you buy our program, we will give you an offer that if you top it up with a membership, you get a better financial deal. And like that, we are onboarding the members, and then we are also creating more reasons for you to come again and again and again, and also renew your membership year on year.
Vishal and Neha, I would like to interject since we are running out of the time. So we would like to thank you for your presentation. We want to move on. Thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am. Thank you so much.
We would now like to move on to the next finalist in this category, AERONUTS. I would like to call upon Ms. Pooja to introduce AERONUTS, and I'd request the team to be kindly ready for your pitch. And please maintain time. We have 7 + 1 minute, and the jury members have 2 minutes for your questions.
Founded by Gautami TiE, which is an edtech startup with a team of passionately curious aeronautical engineers bound to ignite the curiosity and shape the future of Indian children at the early stage in the field of aeronautical and aerospace sciences with their level-based DIY kits, curated courses, interactive workshop with curriculum support. AERONUTS has 700 paid customers and they emerged as Elevate Winners 2022. For this Pitchfest, AERONUTS was mentored by Mr. Sudhanva Dhananjaya, President TiE Mysuru chapter. I welcome Gautami TS to present the pitch and all the best.
AERONUTS is founded by myself and Jitendra Saini, my co-founder. So yeah, beginning with, most of us here would have, folded a paper and, tried flying paper planes when we are young. But very less among us would, ask like how it flies, what goes behind it. If we would have asked those questions, the thought process would have changed much better. Recently in Uttar Pradesh, in our government schools, they have implemented aerospace clubs and curriculum in the schools, which resulted in increment in the enrollment as well as the attendance of the students, which was a real example of how this aerospace education would lead into a different inspiration to children's. So the problems what we faced here is there is a lack of experiential learning as well as adaptation of this in early ages as a STEM education in the schools. So these were some of the problems, and this is a growing industry where we need our youngsters to be skilled enough in the coming future. So to solve this problem, we came up with our curated courses and level-based DIY kits. So at 4th, he'll build a paper plane. When he go to 5th, he'll do a glider. When he go to 6th, he'll do a powered glider. So a level-based DIY kits with curated courses, along with our workshops, interactive workshops and events at the end of the year. So what is the value proposition we have? So now we are, with the funds what we have got, we are trying to develop an AR platform through which they can get more experience on building different sort of aircrafts, getting to know more about these sciences. So then we have online teacher support and access to our online lesson library. And the much interesting fact is that after they learn all these things throughout the year, we have a competition to them at the end of the year, where whatever they have learned will be checked. So we give them a problem statement, they have to come up with their solutions, and that will be tested in the competition. So then, yes, we will host a live scientist chat. So basically, 2 months once, 3 months once, we will be hosting a live interaction with the scientists to children's. So according to IBF, the Indian educational market is $135 billion, out of which the K-12 segment, which we are targeting, is 1.2 billion to, by the year 2025, it's going to be 4.2 billion USD. So distribution channel. So initially next 1.5 years, our major focus will be B2B, where we work closely with the schools. We supply our kit as well as the curriculum support to the schools through Atal Tinkering Labs. So when it comes to B2C, we go through our online retail partners and offline retail partners. So our major focus for now will be B2B. So as I told, we provide the curriculum support to schools. So this is basically a hybrid model where they get access to the online library as well as we give them the offline training through our interactive workshops. So that is basically this we are trying to launch in next 3 months, which is a subscription package. Till now we had our revenues coming from DIY experiential learning kits and our interactive workshops. So that is the production cost and the profit margin what we have, and that is not a net, that is a gross. So then the shipping, everything cuts down and remaining is our net. So our customer segment, as we told, this is for the age 8 to 18 what we are targeting. And anybody who is passionate, who is interested, because we have seen many old people also coming and saying like, I want to build a glider, teach me how to build. So whoever is interested, passionate, they are welcome. But our focus will be from 8 to 18. So, and yes, people who are looking for fascinating hobbies. So this is definitely for one of them. So those are the age group of our customers which we have acquired as of now. And 4 out of 5 customers of ours are satisfied with our services. So this is the traction what we have gained. 200 plus aeromodeling kits has been delivered, and we have trained more than 750 students, and we have 5 educational partners. So this is from February 2021 and till now. So in a span of 1 year, we have done it. Then, yeah, that is our social media traction. So when it comes to competition, when it comes to STEM education, we have a lot of players in the market, but where everybody is bringing everything to the child. But we are getting aerospace and aeronautical sciences and teaching different things. Because aeronautical is all about, getting design thinking, manufacturing skills, having knowledge on material, and like you can learn all the things just through these sciences. So when it comes to DIY kits, we have Smartivity, Funvention, all of them. Yes, as I told, they have a varieties of products. And curriculum, Aviatron is also offering curriculum, but wherein it is for high-end customers. Their cost for curriculum is way too high for Indian market. Then workshops, we have Aerotricks and AERONUTS. So this, as it is a human involvement is too much, they cannot cover in every schools or every colleges where we have our part of share. So advantage, we make our DIY kits such a way that it is easy to build, easy to learn, where we can save the time of a student who save time in 3 aspects. 1, procuring, 1, surfing how to do, and 3, making that, the process of making. So all the time we save for them. And AR/VR enabled platform. So yeah, high involvement through DIY, and it is a hobby building. As I told, it's a level-based upgradation DIY kits. So it's a hobby development what we are trying to do. So this is the milestones for us for next few years, where the major focus for now is platform development and kits development for different age groups. And then we'll be developing our own flying planes and drones for the training centers. And then in the next 3 years, we'll be putting up our own outlet stores. So this is the team. So myself, Gautami TS, and my co-founder, Jitendra Saini, and Imtiaz and Anbarasu is our team members who are working full-time. And our mentors, Sudhanva sir, who doesn't need explanation in this crowd, and Jagdish Singh sir, who is a chief value creator at TrimTab India. Shankar sir is here, and MKC sir, he's a brand manager, like brand consultant for many startups and big companies. And we have Anand sir, who is very closely working with us and guiding us. So our journey so far, so from last 2021 August till now, so we got a DPIT recognition. Then we were runners-up in TiE Mysuru student Pitchfest. Then we were in Amrita Startup, we won this year. And now we are today here in TiE Women Pitchfest. So this is our ask. We have spread out our wings with whatever the potential we had. Now to achieve the greater heights, we need the network, we need the mentorship, and we need the fuel to propel higher. So what is the socio-economic impact through this? So first thing, manufacturing and designing in India would give us will reduce the importing of products from Chinese, and this improves a lot of problem solving skills, cognitive skills, and motor skills of a student. And this creates a lot of awareness about aerospace and aeronautical streams as a whole. And this increases enthusiasm and the overall skill development of a student. So these are some of our testimonials from the students and parents. With this, I would conclude and say very thank you. And last but not the least, I'm extremely sorry for delaying today. It was not intentional, but just happened. I'm extremely sorry for that.
sorry if I've missed it. You said you had sold about 200 kits or so. How did they get sold and to whom did they get sold? I mean, broadly.
Yeah. So these kits have gone to students in 12 to 15 years ages, as well as students like who have passed out 12th and first year of engineering students as well. Through schools we have sold, and through Amazon also we have sold. Through Amazon it's less, but through schools it is more.
How many schools do you have tie-ups with? And these are like proper tie-ups, or it just so happened that you went and you gave a batch of kits to them? And
No, it's a proper tie-up. Like we have MOUs with 5 educational partners. Nitte Meenakshi, NK Orchid Engineering of College, APS College, and 2 more, I don't remember.
Yeah, okay. And they're all that 10 plus, did you say?
10 plus?
Age was 10 plus.
That is also engineering, plus we have done about 12 degree students and school students. In schools, we are having tie-ups now. So initially we spread out to engineering colleges to test it out, because we had more connects in engineering background. Now we are having connects, we are getting connects in schools in Mysuru and Bangalore. So now in this month, like we have one a session in Pragati school and Orchid in Mysuru. So now we are spreading out to more schools.
And these schools already have explored other edtech companies, or you're probably one of the first to work with them?
No, they have other edtech companies also, like Aura Scholar and some other companies. They're also working, but those companies, the services and products what they're providing to them is very different than what we are offering them.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. That's all.
This slide
doesn't go? Yeah, okay. So between B2C and B2B, where is your larger sale at the moment?
At the moment, with whatever the funds we have or whatever the team size we have, for us B2B is a bigger market.
B2B is a bigger market.
Yes, because for B2C, I think that takes a lot of funds to run online ads and all, but B2B is a direct, we can test our product directly with our students. But there is one thing in that, you have to know the decision makers of the schools or colleges to make sure your product reaches them.
So I'm sure even in the B2B space, right, you'll also have not just the product being supplied, you'll also have ground staff to be provided to make this work. Have you experienced the same thing?
Right, yes, very true. So this is something which we faced initially when we started. So we were getting a thing like, see, not just the kit, we need the entire training. Give us the physical training. So now we have come up with a hybrid model where, for example, in a year, we give them 4 kits. We give them the online library access to that. Also, we give them a competition at the year end. So now, whichever these 4 kits are there, in this, for 2 kits, we provide them a physical workshop type of environment. For 2, we make it like do by yourself.
Okay, and so you said you AR enabled, right? So there's a hardware component now to work with your platform. Is that so? Like that's also bundled in the kit?
Yeah, so now we have 2 things. Now currently whatever the product we have, it's not AR enabled. Till now we have tested the product without AR. Now as a value addition, we are including AR. Now there is 2 things in it. One, the flashcards scan and get a model of your whatever they are building, and they experience it. The other thing what we are trying to do is a platform where they can assemble, disassemble, make different sort of aircrafts.
Okay, so why I was trying to understand is the unit economics, right? I saw your packet on Amazon, highly discounted at the moment. I think some sale or something, highly discounted. If you are trying to do an AR enablement, okay, which seems to be your key value proposition all through, I'm not sure whether the cost is factored in it. Have you?
This cost, whatever we showed, is for without AR enabled. Now, whatever the AR enabled will be doing, the packaging, the pricing, everything changes. And this is going to be in a yearly package with all the 4 kits, the online curriculum, what we provide, everything in it.
I think you were here at TiE Mysuru sometime in March.
Yes.
And I had the pleasure of being on that jury panel. So I know AERONUTS well. But when I compare where you are today, to where you were in March, I see that it seems to me that you have moved away from B2C to a B2B model, and now you are actually building relationships with colleges and schools which were not there in March, and now you're also talking about an AR-enabled platform with online tutor, which was also not there in March.
Yes.
What I want to understand is it just a natural reactive manner evolution of your business, or is it a conscious pivot that you made, that the business model you're changing?
Yes, sir. Firstly, for the observation, hats off, sir. And secondly, this is because what we have experienced when we have spoken to our customers. So initially we started with DIY kit, but anything in this need a physical interaction with the student. And when we are dealing with schools, the faculties doesn't know about aerospace stuff. So that is the reason what we thought of is just kit will not give a value to the student. He'll just think like it's a piece of wood. He'll really not understand what goes behind it. So that is the main reason why we, after working out and talking to many schools and the faculties and students, we thought this is a better way to approach.
But then it raises a logical question. I think Jayshree was alluding to it. You know, a B2B and a B2C are fundamentally, they require different skill sets when it comes to sales and branding and positioning. So are you sure that you want to be in both B2B and B2C?
Yes, sir. As I told, for next 1.5 years, our focus will be B2B, where we will tie ups with Atal labs and schools, and we will work closely with them, maintaining our digital presence. We are not denying our digital presence. We will have our digital presence, but work closely with the schools. So now once we have acquired more customers, like many school students knows what is AERONUTS, who is AERONUTS, what they are doing. So now this will be a right time for us also to get more investors, in the sense more investment, then go for B2C.
One last question. You also talked about having your own experience centers or outlets.
Yes.
It seems to be the 2.5 crores. That's your ask.
In 2.4 crores, we are not doing experience lab.
Okay, fine.
That is in 2025, 2024 and 2025. The 2.5 crore what we are asking is for 2 years.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Have you explored a B2B2C model? I was actually just going to ask that same question. There you go.
Haven't explored much, ma'am, but we will look into it, what it is. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, God. So now we have finished the Pitchfest in the growth phase, and now we move on to the finalists in the pre-revenue stage. And to introduce our first finalist, I would request Mrs. Suma Bogiraju, Program Enabler, Catalyst for Women Entrepreneurship, to introduce the first team, AR Plus Health Innovations Private Limited. Over to you, Suma. So we'll just give the jury members about 2 minutes to consolidate the results, and I request you to introduce after 2 minutes.
Thank you, Abhigna, for that extremely on the schedule point that you just made. It was totally on the agenda. So really nice to see so many people pitching here. In fact, many people in Mysuru, including my mentor Sudanva sir, also would most of the time say that for anybody in Mysuru, if you ask them who are the top 10, or just 10 women entrepreneurs, just name them rapidly. You can't go more than 5. And that has been the situation even for me also. Now I know, of course, all the energetic and enthusiastic people out here who've been giving such amazing presentations, that there are more than that many number of people. But I always had this challenge of going more than 5. And in fact, for Mysuru to change, and not just Mysuru, and this thing to go around the world, and for us to have more women participation, I think events like these are of great importance. Pitchfest I've seen keep happening all the time, and we've also noticed from a very large spectrum of things that women entrepreneurs who take the lead, who go out there, who challenge, face the challenges head on, are not so much in the ecosystem. However, it's very happy for me to see more number of people coming up and sharing your ideas. In fact, even having a woman co-founder in the team, I believe it helps me stay more grounded and also helps me see things more clearly, because every time I feel we just go out there and just try to push something or some agenda, and there is really a requirement for somebody to most of the times be more sensible than when we are as part of what business comes. So kudos to all the women for making the world of business and the world in general a much more sane, a much more thoughtful and a much more hospitable place to be in. And I look forward to working with more and more of you. And I also look forward to having more such presentations in the coming days. In fact, it need not just be about one event as a Pitchfest, but it can be a continuous process where we can establish a group and we can continue to talk and brainstorm and discuss ideas. There are numerous groups on WhatsApp called the Founder Circle or the CEO Connect or the CEO group in Mysore. I don't think many women entrepreneurs are on it yet, but it would be nice if Mahesh sir could facilitate a discussion post this event. In fact, under the guidance of Sudhanva sir and the board of TiE, we are planning the first ever AM-CM meet sometime at the end of next month, where it will be a not talk event or not an expert talk, but it will be an event exclusively only for the associate and charter members of TiE, and of course all the participants who are here, for us to network, for us to discuss. In fact, I can see more than one way of collaborating. It might be as a co-founder, or it might be having somebody as a vendor. So there's numerous ways we can associate. So Mahesh sir will extend the invite for the AM-CM meet that will happen in the coming month. And personally here I extend a warm welcome to all of you and look forward to have at least all 9 of you and your teammates in that event. So thank you everyone. We'll move on to the next session.
I'm here to introduce one very interesting socially conscious enterprise called Arogya Health Plus, founded by Shraddha Lalit Rai along with her co-founder, from the hinterland of Dakshin Kannada district, focused on rural healthcare. The North Star that guides them is their collective passion to create a responsible healthcare system which impacts the society. They have empaneled the support of local healthcare professionals and doctors. They have modeled their system to leverage healthcare assets like pharmacies, diagnostic centers, hospitals, and so on. This, along with an affordable financial inclusion solution backed with robust technology platform, are enabling low-cost, accessible, and effective healthcare for rural communities. She is also part of our CWE's Elevate Women Sashakti cohort now. For TiE Women Pitchfest, she has been mentored by Dr. Arjun Sachidanand, Chartered Member TiE Mysuru. I welcome Shraddha to take over. All the best to you.
Married to Mysuru, although my in-laws are not here. Mr. Srinivas, an amazing cook, an amazing sambar powder maker. We lost him before COVID, the year I moved in 2018 to my hometown, that's in Dakshin Kannada, a place called Kenya, closer to Kukke Subramanya. When we lost him, I felt, who is going to make the next sambar? It was a shattering moment for me at that moment, but then there were many lives lost. In 2018, when I moved back along with my son to start my own biodegradable tableware, employing rural women, and within 6 months, I took a distribution of KMF's Nandini ice cream, again employing rural women. Today, even I have a driver who is also a woman. Fast forward, COVID hit, and we had a connect with our network of hospitals, our family-run hospitals. That's when our villagers could not move from one village to another village. They started coming to my home, seeking what best they can do for their basic. It could be a BP, it could be a sugar shoot-up, and I had to connect them to the doctors whom I knew. When we were discussing with my co-founder, who is a brother from another mother, He was also in another village. Again, he's also having good network of doctors, hospitals. We both started in a place called Panja, again 20 kilometers away from Kukke Subramanya. From Bangalore, it's around 90 kilometers. When we started this, as a telemedicine, where my villagers and the neighboring villages can come and take virtual consultation with the doctors, prescribe medication based on their judgment. When COVID stopped, people started moving forward. They started visiting other doctors. That hit me little, like I've done this virtual, doctor consultation and everything, but this is not going to end over here. There is something I need to do more. That's when we started lining up with the lab collections, moving to deepest corners of the village where access is also not problem. Going in a motor vehicle is also problem. Our staff, our doctors have visited such places, managed the patients. What we want in rural is the affordable, accessible healthcare system. To be a responsible rural healthcare, these are the pointers which we figured out, that it has to be subsidized, it has to be affordable to our villagers. This is how we have, over a period of time, worked on a model. First of all, giving virtual consultation. Once in a while, physical OPD by the specialist and the super specialist who are visiting our centers. Heightened awareness by regular camps and local engagements. Then better affordability. For this, even paying 100 rupees for some patients were a task. We came up with a plan that 100 rupees from the patient, 50 from the local organizations. That's how we worked on a revenue model. But that was not enough. We managed patients who couldn't walk, who used to come all the way to our centers, just crawling, and we made him walk back on his street. Today, as I speak, we are spread across 6 Gram Panchayat, spread across 3 districts, that is Dakshin Kannada, Hassan, and Mysuru. In Mysuru, we are operational in Bettadapura Gram Panchayat. We'll be adding more in Hassan and Mysuru by the end of December, around 20 centers. This is what Arogya Plus, providing telehealth consultations, OPD, special OPD consultations once in a while, triaging patients with acute and trauma care from villages to the either secondary hospitals or the tertiary care if and when required. We have saved more than 100 critical care patients, and I, being the counseling psychologist, I take a pride that I am the first Taluk's counseling psychologist. I've saved around more than 50 mental health patients. We have saved even cracker burst cases, accidental cases through a network of doctors, where in a place where to take 2 hours to reach a tertiary care, we have managed it in 1.5 hours. But that's not the end of Arogya Plus. We needed something tangible where our revenue can grow. That's where we found out there is a missing middle income group. What is missing middle income group? So when we conducted camps, there were prescriptions given, they were asked to come for further treatment. These patients did not visit the either secondary hospital or the tertiary hospitals. When I started intervening, they said in a simple term, it's going to be too costly, I cannot afford it. Although I said, you have insurance, you have government insurance. No, but yet I cannot afford it. That's going to take longer time. It's okay. I'm going to live with the Ayurveda or the Nati Aushad, whatever it is. But that's not the thing I want for my village. That's where missing middle income group we focused, and we want to launch our subscription model to our patient as low as 3 rupees per day. So we arrived at a figure which is going to be 1,000 rupees per annum, which is going to roll out live in 2023. It is still in the initial stage. This is how the market landscape is going to be. We understood that around 10% of the community is 50 plus, and range of 30 to 50 is around 30% of the community, and below 30 is around 60% of the community, who would come to our centers for basic preventive or the promotive care. Our launch happened in 2021, a test rollout with 2 co-owned, and rest other centers are franchisee based. Testing period for 2022, we came up with the Health Cube, which is a small prick-based diagnostic kit with the AI base. It has a built-in ECG also. And the subscription model, which will go live in 2023. Spreading across 2 districts with 20 members, and in 2024, 6 districts and more numbers and more franchisee partners. As we scale up, we want to go pan-Karnataka. Today, we've been called by other districts like Raichuru, Gadag, to come and set up our centers, even Tumkur. But we are bootstrapped and we need funding. We bootstrapped all our resources. To come up with more centers or more franchisee partners, we require some marketing support also. This is how the break-even going to happen. In the year 1, year 2, with the subscription model, we won't meet at the bed, but year 3 onwards, we'll have a break-even, and then onwards, the subscription model, how it's going to happen. Just take a last minute. This is the funding requirement we would require. And this is a core team. Ashwin Shetty, who is an ex-NATO defense expert, who also moved back to his hometown in 2016. He runs an education institute and a cooperative society. Through his contact and channel partners, we are going to roll out our subscription model. That's me. And Dr. Gaurav Shetty started visiting our centers, and his value addition is much more important to our Arogya Plus initiatives. So he is a director of medical service. He brings in more hospitals and doctors to our. And today we are tied up with Kshema Hospital, Mangalore, KMC Hospital and Manipal, Puttur City Hospital, and Mangala Kidney Foundation Hospitals. That's Manoranjan Dalla, who played a key role in bringing Botia startup and who has a 20 years experience in healthcare. This is a media presence and that's where we conducted our camp for ambulance drivers. We had around 10 ambulance coming and taking the camp, how we need to triage the patients when they are injured. This is where and all we are located. That's our second center, Sharada Smart Clinic, which was run down garage, which we turned into a clinic. This is our first center. This is where the physiotherapy center, which opened last week, and a huge physiotherapy centers are coming, where the patients are taking lot of support from the physio, because it's the first rural physiotherapy center of Karnataka. That's where Bettadapura, Arkalgodu, Dadvemati centers are. Thank you. I'm open for questions. Sorry for taking time.
The entire vision of all of this, and that you've put so much of your own time also, and absolutely hats off to you. But there's just one thing I'd like to understand, and just starting for that very first thing where you said you had these 2 sort of networks or 2 centers which had started working on it. Just trying to understand, how you're able to manage it sustainably across time, right? I mean, I understand centers getting opened. I understand specific camps when people come. But as an ongoing business sort of thing, and how do you manage, money coming in, money going out?
Yes.
I'm sure it's a big
Currently, the centers are on the break-even. We are able to manage the costs and everything. What we do is when we send the patients to tertiary or the secondary care after the surgery or anything, there is a dressing cost which happens. So there we are going to manage that part through Arogya Plus centers, because that's going to be our revenue model. Apart from this lab collection, we get 30% revenue. And then all other services, we charge a fee. It's not going to be. For only, like for mental health, I charge around 300 rupees. And if they're really poor, I charge around 100 rupees. So that's how, so far we have not faced any crunch over there when running the centers.
Sorry, one more quick question. Is there any support available for the government, from the government for these kind of things, grants or all of that?
I have not approached them, but since we were still at the installing stage, I can say we're just experimenting how it's going to be. We are registered as a KPM under KPME. We are registered under KPME, but as for the grants part, I have not got. But however, the government people have come and inaugurated the centers.
Yeah, but you want money from them.
Yeah.
So you
But
should look at the central government grants funding.
Yeah,
is available.
that will work on that. But however, whenever the PHCs were not working, like the doctors are not, they used to ask patients to come to our centers because round the clock there is a service given.
So what are your key cost components?
Like, can you repeat?
Where is the money getting spent?
Currently, it's on centers.
Setting up the centers?
Setting up the centers, mostly on the rental and the advances that way. And we look at population between 5 to 10,000, where the need is there. If there is a doctor already there, we don't keep it our centers because we will not earn the revenue there. We are looking at villages where there are no doctors.
Okay, because I'm also a little worried about the sustainability of the model. Okay, but Dani just said, okay, tapping into grants, tapping into CSR funds. CSR funds are huge.
Yes.
Right? And the cost is genuine.
Yes.
You seem to have structured it very well. So I think that's probably avenues for you to explore.
Yes. Whenever we wanted some support, it was our key partners who supported us in be it marketing or, whenever we required an ECG machine or something like that. It was these key partners who had supported us.
That will not happen at scale.
Yes.
Because
so that's
right
where,
now so scaling is not, the whole sustainability is about how you can scale, right?
Yes.
What is the multiplier effect? What's the
yes,
unit?
but
how do you
with one
reduce
Arogya Plus, I'm sorry to cut you down, with one Arogya Plus, we are just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah.
With one Arogya Plus center, so there we might require thousands of Arogya Plus center to come into rural. We are ready to have collaborate or partner with others also.
One of the problems all around the world is how do you get medical professionals to go to rural areas? I know it's a very acute problem in the US too. So how do you do that here?
So currently who are coming to these centers are within their travel range. Be it a KMC, they anyway come to Hassan. So we ask them to take a detour and go to these centers and then come. And there are other doctors who are like-minded professionals who want to, serve the rural population. That's where they come and give their time. So we are looking at those doctors who are like-minded, like us.
Second question is, I saw that when you were trying to assess addressable market, you sort of focused on rural cooperative societies and rural cooperative banks. Now, actually going back to the questions that were raised here earlier, maybe you can ask them to be sponsors.
Yes.
So you can go to them and then they can actually sponsor. You structure your cost such a way, right? The CapEx, somebody can sponsor it and then you can operate it.
Yes. That's how our second center came because it was called by a 93-year-old doctor with the 0 doctors in coming to his village, and it's a population around 8,000. And the next hospital they have to visit is around 20 kilometers for any emergency. So there we need not invest so much. We had to invest only on the basic healthcare facility, that's beds and stuff like that. So whatever ECG, we got it from others.
Okay.
So that's it. In order to be, not to go on asset heavy, we are looking at the franchisee. So the franchisee revenue is going to give us a thing.
Now, I was looking at your numbers. You're saying that 1,000 rupees per annum.
Yes.
Per patient.
Per patient.
Per patient. On that basis, your margins are going to be 12 to 13%.
Yes.
Is it the net margin or?
No, our margins going to be roughly around 12 to 13%. But here what happens is it can be clubbed with any insurance. Suppose they've gone to a hospital, they're out of money. What I've seen in my rural village patients is they've gone to the hospital, they were out of money with all the insurance getting burnt out. They start pooling in. So there are some small organizations like Youth Seva and Sports Club, and where they pool in money, be it 100 rupees, 50 rupees. So this is where, little bit, maybe a hospi cash. Suppose there is a malaria or a dengue. That patient requires admission in a hospital, but he's run out of money. That's where Arogya Plus will, send him the money, but through the members of cooperative society. If he's a member of a cooperative society, he would get that benefit.
But ultimately, are you thinking of having a center in each village or a cluster of villages? Because I'm looking at what's the break-even that you require to sustain this business.
Yes.
I would think that it has to be at least at a taluk level.
So there are some Gram Panchayat where there is already a facility. There could be a hospital. Their Arogya Plus centers will provide only virtual doctor support or a OPD support if there is an existing hospital or a healthcare center. So which is going to be a franchisee model. But the centers will be operational where there is no medical facility. Even a pharmacy also, we can still run Arogya Plus centers with a standalone pharmacy.
Sorry to cut you, sir. We are running out of time, so we would like to move on to the next participant.
Thank you.
All the best. So we now move on to the next participant and requesting Mrs. Suma Bogiraju to introduce.
Startup as well as presentation, Shraddha. So I'm here again to introduce one more very interesting startup, Silverynanos. Dr. Divya Rathod has traveled all the way from Mumbai to present her startup to us. And they have developed a product called Happito. Happito is a nano alloy spray. It creates an application, when you apply it, it creates a thin film inside as well as outside the toilet, which offers a bacteriostatic action with antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and antibiofilm properties. So they also offer top-notch products for all types of hydrophobic sprays. And they have started their D2C channels. They have started marketing their product in D2C channels. And they have been selected by Government of India to implement some special project in health. So they were mentored by Mr. Vidya Shankar AV, Charter Member, TiE Mysuru for this Pitchfest. I welcome Dr. Divya Rathod to present her startup. All the best.
Every day is such a big problem. But if you get clean, hygienic, infectionless, odorless toilet without cleaning it, such a great solution. Silverynanos brings this solution to you called Happito. Just spray once in the toilet, get infectionless and easy cleaning toilet for 1 month, saving water up to 55% and environment from harmful chemicals and pollutants. Hello, my name is Dr. Divya Rathod. I'm the founder of Silverynanos Innovations LLP. The story started in 2014 when I was in my second year of microbiology. I suffered from urinary tract infection and I couldn't go to college for 2 months. And I lost around 10 kgs because of this infection because it was delayed for a longer time. And I took antibiotics for more than 4 months. And it was like very much because being a studious person, I always wanted to go to college and I actually had to miss my college. Then I approached in 2015 to my professor that is there any something, why this was being done. And the major reason because I used to hold toilet and because I was very much fearful to go to public toilets. It was very unclean, unhygienic, and I always have to squat and pee. Or either, anyone in the college itself, everyone, now it's stand and pee, but that time there was nothing like that. So I always felt that, this is a major problem. We being women right now, the current Indian women are flying outside. Pehle ke zamane mein, it was like women used to stay inside and there was a lot of problems. But now we are out and there are no public toilets which are, clean and hygienic for us to do a lot of things because Indian women needs washrooms for much more other reasons only than peeing. Okay? So when I started with this particular research project, it was just a small project with my professor. I painted a toilet with nanoparticles and then I presented it in Indian Science Congress where Narendra Modi ji and Abdul Kalam sir were there. I presented that, but that was having a lot of drawbacks because we have to paint the toilet from initial stage and then we have to install it. So there was a lot of drawbacks and I was like, this cannot be used because government is not going to change all the toilets. We have to do something with the toilets which are already installed inside the public toilets. So in 2018, because I was doing my master's and then, I was in Chancellor's Challenge, and at that time itself, Atal Incubation Center and Startup India was much into the picture. So being a studious student, but also, I was being triggered to go to, participate in, Startup India competition. So in 2018, I participated in Chancellor's Challenge and I won 5 lakh rupees and for this particular project, which I have done. And then I started, projecting into a nano-alloy and nanopolymeric because I was having an exposure of nanotechnology in my college at that particular time. So I experimented in different ways. And then I came up with a project which I'll just brief you ahead. So the major problem right now is 150 million people suffers from urinary tract infection. It's not only women, but it's also men. All my distributors actually have suffered from urinary tract infection and now they are my distributors. So 150 million people suffers from urinary tract infection, which can be worse if not treated, and it can lead to bladder cancer and many other infections. So every woman suffers this once in the lifetime, either vaginal infection or urinary tract infection, and they have to sit at home. And there are a lot of symptoms which can get worse. Some are like polyuria, because you have to go frequently to the toilets and you cannot go outside because you have to sit at home. You can't use public toilets at that particular time and in the frame of mind. Your mental health as well as physical health gets so, internally I have faced that you can't do anything. You feel like paralyzed for 2-3 months, that what I'm supposed to do because I'm so weak from inside. Being women, we are the, I was just a student, but all the women who are working women, who are, handling the household, they are the backbone of the house. And if they are sitting at home, with a weakness from inside for 2 months and, having antibiotics, it's a huge loss to the country as well as to the backbone of the society. So, of course, the untreated cases, of course, gets into a lot of infections. According to Times of India, recently the microorganisms are getting resistant. So UTI, E. coli specifically are MDR, like the multi-drug resistant. And now, when I was taking antibiotics, it was around 3 to 4 months. But now, it is more than 6 months. And people have to actually, because I worked in KEM Hospital and Tata Memorial Hospital for my projects. So I've seen people and women sitting in the, on the bed for, more than 2-3 months. So it's like because they have, multiple infections inside when you're weak. The cause is unclean and unhygienic public toilets. For women or for men. For men, it's very easy because you just have to stand and pee. But still, a clean and hygienic toilet is very much needed in India as well as outside India. But right now, what we are doing, when I've been into the government systems or something, you use phenyl or, acid, which is the basic thing. And there's a lot of money which has been invested in toilets, but I don't know how it is going on. But it has not been, taken into consideration very seriously. So whenever I see public toilets, it's unhygienic and come on, I'll just ask you, whenever you go to a public toilet, what do? You just have to, the smell is coming, you just have to, get your nose blocked. You just have to, if you are young, you can, squat and pee. But what about pregnant women? What about, old women? What about disabled people? What about children? They have to sit on that particular toilet, which is Western, which has a lot of infections, lot of microorganisms growing inside it, and they are bound to have some of the other infections, through that. Suppose I'm having a urinary tract infection, I'm using the toilet, the next person, you or anyone, using the toilet may have the high chances of getting the urinary tract infection. And because of that, suppose once I have got it, I have the fear of now using public toilets, I will try to hold the pee and of course there will be more urinary tract infections and more infections coming to me. So it's a huge problem which we are trying to solve. So now the cleaners or used in the public toilets where I'm working with the government, it's like acid or something, it has to be used twice or thrice a day. But it doesn't solve a problem. It can clean the toilet only like subah aapne kar liya, sham ko aapne kar liya. Phenyl, it's very cheap, but 500 to 700 rupees, and it has been used like the sasta, the diluted phenyl, which doesn't even, the microorganisms have also got, phenyl resistance. They're dancing in the phenyl and they are actually been, taken into consideration. The sanitizers which have come right now, like P-Safe or any other, but how many women right now are carrying sanitizers? Every woman cannot afford a sanitizers. What about, because 70% of the Indian population is like, poverty is actually cannot afford a sanitizer 80 rupees or 120 rupees. Now comes our product called Happy Toe, which you apply once on the toilet. It will stay for a month because it's a nanopolymer and we are using nano alloys. It will not allow the microorganisms to grow. So being a Jain, I have a lot of religion and I'm a spiritual person. So we always believe in preventing the growth of microorganisms rather than killing the microorganisms. So I have, it's like a mixture of microbiology as well as the principles of from this thing. This is our solution called Happy Toe, which is antibacterial, antifungal, anti-algal, doesn't allow any biofilm to form. It's water and stain repellent, so it saves up to 55% of water, and also saving environment from harmful chemicals because you don't have to use any other agents to clean the toilet. The key features which I have told, it's 80 rupees for one toilet. These are the test reports which we have given. I have also, because it's a startup, we have to get into the range of nanotechnology, so we have launched this now. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So yeah, we are happy to get into UNDP and UN Women, and we have been serving Nari Saaf Toilet Ki Sawari for Indian Railways, and now for Haryana, state of Haryana by Government of India under AERONUTS 2.0. This is my team, and these are the projects which we have done. So right now my sales have been 75 lakh since I have the inception of the college, and the clients are B2B clients, and we are going into B2C. So recently my future asked to set up a whole, lab into consideration is like $1 million USD. And our mission is to empower women because our women are going, I want women to fly, I want women to go out and use, be there on the roads, be there on their places while using, safe and hygienic public toilets. Thank you so much. Signing off, Dr. Divya Rathod. We are happy to help you.
How has your accounts receivables been? Like, if you go to the last slide, I saw that it was predominantly railways. You are consumer at this point, right?
How many accounts we are, sorry?
No, what has your account, what's been the cycle of, receiving payment?
Okay, receiving payment right now. Yeah. So I'm doing with B2B. So we have got currently 20 lakhs from the AERONUTS Government of India. We are working with Haryana State. Then I also have in COVID times, because it was antibacterial, antiviral. So we have been doing it for toilets as well as for different kinds of. So it's been per year I was getting around 30 lakh.
No, I'm saying from the time you raise your invoice to receiving payment.
Yeah. So I always take 50% advance and then 50% after the delivery. Yes. Okay. That's my rule right now because we are startup.
Yeah. The other thing I saw is that your diversification, right? Like you seem to be doing a whole lot of things. So what do you think will be the impact on brand trust a little into the long term?
So happy to protect, happy to prevent, and happy to sustain is what I'm trying to build up, because sustainability is something UNDP and we have been working on, and through water and stain repellent properties we have been trying to sustain it for a month, for a year, the products, as well as preventing an infection, at the same time protecting human beings from infections. So these are the three things which I have consistently doing with all my products. Whether it's helmet, whether it's toilet, whether it's different kinds of surfaces. I'm doing, I'm being consistent with the properties, but with different surfaces. So I'm trying to create a layer between air and surface.
Hi. When you work with the government,
yes,
you have a product which needs to be applied once a month.
Yes.
So somebody has to follow up to make sure it is actually applied. So do you have to supply that as well, or?
Yeah, so we have been doing that. So so in government there are we don't directly go through an MMC. There are always dealers which supply, who puts up tenders and also. So what they do it right now, NMMC gives us, they gives them the things, and then they pay us because the payment has to be 50% in advance, and we supply them, so they take it monthly. They do the service part of it, yeah. So this is right now what I am working on, but with Haryana State, I am doing currently I am giving all the services.
Do you have IP on this?
Pardon?
Do you have IP on this?
IP, yes. So currently I have filed, it's a semi-patent thing, the technology, how the making of nanoparticles, but the nanopolymeric and all that stuff is already there, so we have been using the same technology, so it's a mixture of both. I also have one more IP which is similar to it, but not completely on it.
Thank you, Divya. That was a fantastic.
Just one second.
Okay.
A couple of questions. No, I just wanted to get an idea, order of magnitude of your CapEx, particularly how much you're going to invest in product development and R&D.
How much I've invested or how much I'm supposed to going to.
Both.
So currently, yeah, we have been working with. So totally, we are trying to put it up around 1.5 CR capex, and then when I'm working with the government, like so, we have one project with the Northeast. We are planning there, so it went up to 1.5 to 2 CR, and we are planning for 13 CR the business, so around 20 to 30% of the margin, and then getting in three years of capex coming back to it.
So by when do you think you're going to break even? Because I saw that your cumulative revenue is now 75 lakhs, you said.
Yes. So I've already, through grants and everything, yeah, we have done the break even. But the capex, right now I'm actually, sourcing a lot of things. Outsourcing a lot of things, like bottling is there, like the labs also, I'm going to the college and, taking hours and then paying them. But if I'm doing it, internally, that's why I want $1 million. If I'm doing it internally, then it is going to be like 3 to 4 years.
Thank you, Divya. That was
Thank
a
you
fantastic
so much.
presentation and very good luck to you.
Thanks, Pooja, for bringing that amazing level of energy to this pitch fest. So again, I come up with one more interesting startup, Breachpoint. You all heard the both startups, one from the health tech services, one related with hygiene. Now again, this is about cyber security, right? So it's an Indian bug bounty platform. So bug bounty is a concept where a monetary reward is given to an ethical hacker if he or she finds out a valid bug in the website or any other IT asset. So Breachpoint is established primarily for Indian MSMEs who will not have the cyber security resources in their organization. Means they will have a very little resources. So they can host their IT resources on Breachpoint and offer rewards for finding valid bugs in their researches. So Mr. Kantraj Aris, charter member TiE Mysuru, mentored Shifa for this Pitchfest. I welcome Shifa to take over. All the best.
Thank you so much, TiE Mysuru, for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you all. So Breachpoint, a bug bounty platform of India. How many of you know about cyber security? All of you must be having smartphones, right? We all have smartphones, we all have access to internet, but what we don't have is security in place. So we are here to correct the cyber security posture of individual as well as the organization. So here, I'm sorry, it's not happening. It's not happening. Okay. So we are a team of professionals in cybersecurity. We have diversified team. I completed my education in information security, so that's how I am a technical person. I have a person who's group captain Naidu, who's a legal head who has around more than 3 decades of experience in dealing with cyber laws, etc. We have a co-founder who's Mr. Rajshekhar, who is a director of multiple organizations dealing with cybersecurity, and ISAC is one of the organization who has incubated Breachpoint, and ISAC is the organization who's just started when the evolution of the traditional space has moved to the digital space. Right when I'm sorry, I'm just missing. So ISAC is an organization mainly formed to actually certify the professionals in cybersecurity. So I have Karthik Verma and Rohit Gautam into also my team, who is into the technical team of Breachpoint. It's not working out, that is making me... So what is bug bounty, first of all? It is an award awarded to an individual who managed to find out a valid vulnerability in any organization. So we have pool of organizations who cannot afford to better their security posture. We have a lot of small and medium scale organizations who are not able to afford the security for their organization. They go online, let's say some edtech startup who has just started. What they don't do is they invest in product, but they don't invest in security. The right security testing is not been done, due to which we face a lot of cyber attacks. I'm sure you must have heard about a lot of data leaks. We all lose our data like nothing. So this is one of the bounty reward which has been paid to an individual for finding out one security flaw on an organization. So here are some data breach that I have. One is from Domino's. We all use Domino's to order pizza, right? So they have lost around 18 crore users' data. You all are one of them who have been using Domino's. I was one of them. When I checked this data breach, I could see the history of my pizza orders, my address, my details, my phone numbers, email address, etc. So all these companies are very well known and we have been using them from long. Air India is something that we know very well, right? So these are the companies who has been a victim of cyber attacks. So why these companies are becoming the victim? Because they do not actually invest in cyber security properly, or due to the lack of resources in small and medium level organization. That is the reason we lose a lot of users' data. The next is the problem: 6.7 lakh cyber attacks in the first 6 months of 2022. This has already happened. We can't do anything with that. We have lost a lot of our data. The second thing is, companies have very stringent budget in that they have to do marketing, they have to develop the product, they have to get the customers onboarded. So the very easy way for them is to neglect and stringent that budget on their security posture. So that is why they save their security testing money and put it in marketing, etc. And once they go live, they face the cyber attack. This is what is happening in this world these days. They do not have skilled cyber workforce who can actually test this application. So we are bringing you a solution, that is Breachpoint. When a small or medium startup doesn't have a diverse expertise, so they can bring in, register themselves on this platform. We have a pool of researchers who are well certified in cybersecurity area, who can test their applications with a small subscription fees as well as a commission model. So as soon as a researcher identifies a vulnerability or a bug, the company is supposed to pay the researcher, as well as they pay a commission of 20% to Breachpoint. So this is how it works. Small startups doesn't pay us any upfront fees, but then they will pay us as soon as we find out any valid vulnerability for them. The second thing is the subscription model. This is mainly for the large enterprise. They can pay up to $8,000 to us for making all the assets registered on Breachpoint. So Breachpoint currently has 1,000 plus certified researchers. They help us identify the vulnerabilities on all the organizations which are registered with us, and Breachpoint can save millions to your organization, because you don't have to set up an entire security team inside your organization, because initially you will not afford, or you do not have the expertise as well to put in security. So Breachpoint is going to do for you. So currently we have Breachpoint platform, what we are serving. Next we have is Pentest as a service, and the last is Chasm, which is Continuous Attack Surface Management. So this Chasm, we have a current customer, which is GMR Airports, where we are offering this service. Here is the pricing for Breachpoint compared with the other players who are there in market. So what they all don't have is the certification or the certified trainers or researchers. I come from a cybersecurity training area. I am myself a trainer for cybersecurity programs at multiple educational platforms. I teach about cybersecurity, mainly bug bounties. So I have a huge student base who has been certified by us. So these student base actually who's certified now is unemployed. So they need some employment. So this platform can bring in a lot of employment way to get themselves employed. So they know the right skill. So the need is to use that skill and bring them on a platform which can actually make them employed. So what, this is a comparison. As I mentioned that we have two business model. One is 20% of each bounty paid. Bounty amount can be decided by the organization itself. They can choose to pay the bounty. If you are a large organization, you can pay. Apple has a policy that they pays $5,000 even for a lowest security issue. Organization also have a budget of $100 to pay based on their size of organization, how much risk they hold, etc. We help them evaluating that what should be the price range they should pay the researcher in between. So here are the global competitors. This is a market study for bug bounties. I have specifically searched for bug bounties. If we add on the penetration testing and chasm also in it, it would be way larger. All the online businesses are our customers. We have invested around 5 crores till now in developing the infrastructure, research, and creating the platform. Can I show one last thing? So here, I am so proud to share that I am been the only female or woman to represent cybersecurity under KDM initiative. And I am also working very closely with Royal Family of Mysuru, who's also talking about technology, talking about business. There's no other place better than Mysuru to start cybersecurity, because everyone is promoting Mysuru as a cybersecurity hub of India. I would request my partners to come on for Q&A. Thank you so much.
Bounty hunters, right? So I'm assuming that like just with a certification, I'm not going to be able to do a great job. I might be like a starter, right? And with experience and with time is when I can really do a great job at it. So question one, this 1,000 plus, how easy was it for you to find them and get them ready for the job? Question two, have you leveled these resources and the pricing or the reward money on one side and the pricing for the customer, is that based on the level of expertise? How have you planned?
I would like to answer the second question first. It is not based on the experience, but then it is definitely based on how and who's finding out the vulnerability quickly. If a fresher is able to identify the vulnerability first, he's been awarded the money. This is question number 2. And the first one, yeah, we do have evaluated them very well. We have CTF exam before they are been certified. It's a 24-hour exam that they have to go through. So after they complete and capture all the flags in our digital term, capture the flag is something that we call. So we give them 24 hours evaluation time. Once they are able to identify all the hidden flags from the security point of view, then we certify them. So we have trained more than 50,000 individuals in cybersecurity. Out of them, 1,000 is something they are certified. Okay. So yeah.
Ma'am, just to add to that, like the recent Uber incident that has happened, not incident, it's a big breach. It's by a rookie cybersecurity kid.
Who identified?
Not identified, breached.
Breached itself.
So now, because it's such a huge breach, he gets much more than any senior cybersecurity professional who is into bug bounty research.
So expertise doesn't matter.
Not really, because it's an art. It's an art. It's not a science or technology alone. It's creativity. It's art. And fastest finger first is the problem. That is the problem. Thank you, ma'am.
If I may, sort of building on what she was asking, a really big problem here seems to be valuation, right? And I don't mean the valuation of the company, right? The valuation of your breach per se. So you have a large company who's able to spend a large amount of money, and there's a way they value their breaches. And you have other people who have different ways of valuing breaches. Is there an objective way of doing this at all? Or it's whatever anybody wants to pay?
So minimum we recommend them coming on board, they should fill in their pools to $5,000 minimum, and then they can decide in how they want to spend this money, whether on small issues or medium or large issues. And the second thing that you asked is about the large organization paying the higher reward will attract most of the customers on their side. But adding to that, they also have a very strong internal team who's testing those applications. That is where it becomes much, much difficult to hunt bounties on a large organization than the smaller ones, which are never tested. So it's a easy, low-hanging fruit to hunt bounties on a smaller organization. I may hunt one huge bounty, or I may earn 100 smaller bounties.
Thank you, ma'am. Just one point, like we start at 100 rupees for a smaller company. It's because there will be lot of vulnerabilities in the smaller companies. They don't have the teams, they don't have the technology, they actually don't have anything. It's all in the open. It's much easier, like she said.
So pricing just seems to be an art also out here, right?
Ma'am, there is competitiveness also, because there are some countries which are banning the bug bounty researchers from reporting to other countries. Like for example, in China, if I am the bug bounty researcher, if I have found a bug in her network in India, if I report to US, I will be jailed. Okay. Yes. Yes. Whereas from India today, the largest number of researchers are in India, largest number of bounties are reported from India, even from the critical and very highly protected environment. That's a lot of problem. And our data, unfortunately, is going everywhere. That's where Breachpoint comes in. And the bigger companies, obviously, like HackerOne and all, they're getting bounties from all over the world. That will stop very soon, and we will have our own bounties limited to ourselves. That's what is the objective.
Let me ask you, one of the critical aspects of this business is ethics. The researchers who are actually finding out this vulnerability intelligence can actually use that to cause damage. Now, how do you ensure that your researchers actually, once they find the vulnerability, won't exploit it for personal gain?
I'll take this question, sir, if you permit. Yes, this is the question when we went to, when we were invited to AICTE asking for cybersecurity capacity building as to how will you protect the people from turning rogues and whether they are reporting elsewhere or not. Fortunately, it is the dark web, that's where they generally report. So we are also monitoring that. That's one aspect. That's trying to find the thief. But yes, professional ethics is something which we have got ingrained as part of the cybersecurity trainings from the very beginning. We have processes in place where courtesy AICTE collaboration as a joint initiative between AICTE and us, we have the Clean Exit platform, the professional ethics rating certification, training certification, insurance against any default. New India Assurance is the insurance company which is actually insuring against misdeeds by the professionals. There is a little more to it. We chase them. This is a very close circuit. We know who is doing what. So we.
Let me ask you.
Sir.
There are, as you know, there are no national boundaries in the virtual world.
Absolutely.
So your addressable market is actually anywhere. It's not limited to India. Is that correct?
The statement is correct, sir.
Okay, fine. Then follow-up question is, how many corporations you have on your platform now?
We have.
Okay, so the corporations that we currently have, we are doing CASM for them, we are doing pen test as a service for them. On bug bounties, we do not have any organization, but with the large network, we are trying to pitch them. The platform just got ready, and we started demonstrating to all the existing customers. For them, we are doing multiple services. So those are potential customers and should be onboarded like from next week onwards. So we have 2 clients from UK, and GMR Airport is one of them, and we also have Tata entire infrastructure. We are already doing cybersecurity infrastructure testing for them, so they are also very happy to get onboarded on Breachpoint.
I'll just add to that, sir. The ethics part. The number of companies which have bugs, there are large number which we have, but we haven't got it on platform because we don't want the researchers to directly go to the companies. That's not permitted. But yes, on platform, that's what she has said. Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay. So that's again a great question, ma'am. So we have something known as scope. So you can specify your scope I want to test, let's say you have 5 domains which has 50 subdomains and 1000 endpoints, but you don't want the most critical asset to be tested by these researchers. So you can explicit that, you can choose your own scope that Shifa just get only these domains to be a part of the platform, and rest I want to test it by the internal team. So that internal team is also provided by us, who goes in premises and do the testing for you for all your critical assets, and all the public assets which you allow, we post it on the platform. So you have a separation on platform itself where you can simply edit and remove the domains which you don't want to expose to the public internet. Yeah, as I said, we have a pool of researchers, we have a platform, and we also know some companies who can come on this platform. The major reason why developing this platform is, let's say, in a day, you as an organization, 1,000 researchers reports 1,000 reports to you. Your team may be not capable enough to evaluate all those reports on timely manner. So our team is doing that for you. We are only sending you the validated reports which are actually correct, because people may submit false reports as well. So we just evaluate and remove all those false positive data. We only send you the corrected data, and you can get that fixed by your developers. So the platform has the capability of filtering, sorting your results, what all new vulnerabilities reported, what all vulnerabilities are closed, what all bounties are paid, invoicing, and everything is there on the platform itself. So it's an entire platform with all the functionalities available.
Thank you, Shifa, and thank you, team. Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best.
Says idea stage. I believe these are very lean execution machines. So my pleasure to introduce Strive Fintech Pvt Ltd. So Strive Fintech Pvt Ltd. is founded by Kanchan Dwivedi, and Loan Genie is the brand name. And Loan Genie is actually a AI first sachet loan marketplace to provide micro loans. So they provide loans for salaried millennials who have low or no credit scores. So they also
a micro lending experience which is very personalized and customized with a lot of variable parameters like interest rates, which are very comforting for all these individuals. So Loan Genie was recently pitched at the investment committee round at IIT Roorkee, and Loan Genie has also been selected by the International Financial Alliance for Women Hackathon 2022. This was sponsored by CTE, HSBC, and IFC. So Loan Genie has been mentored. The entrepreneur Kanchan has been mentored by our TiE charter member, CK Sabarishan. So I welcome Kanchan to the stage to take it over. All the best. Yeah.
Delighted to be here today in a city which is known for Mysuru silk saris, for Mysuru Park, and of course the magnificent palace that you have over here. And I want to start by thanking TiE Mysuru for giving me this opportunity, right from Sudhanva sir, Mahesh, Sri Lakshmi. My mentor for this particular session was CK Sabarishan sir, and all of the wonderful entrepreneurs and the lovely audience over here. So I'm Kanchan Dwivedi, as he introduced, and I'm the founder of Loan Genie, which is an AI-first sachet loans, which are very small loans, marketplace, which is looking at providing very small loans to people with low or no credit scores. And we are also available on the web as www.loangenie.com. And a surprising fact for all of you is that I am a non-technical founder, but this is a website which is put together by me. So you can go to the website, but pardon me for any mistakes that would be there. We are also present on all social media platforms, which are customer segment typically progresses to or visits. Sarvanan R is our typical customer persona. He's up to 35 years of age. He's working in an IT or a BPO industry. and requires these very small loans, maybe 5,000 or 10,000 rupees multiple times during the year. And these could be some family function. And he has low or no credit score. So this is not only Sarvanan R. We also have, obviously, millennial salaried women as well, who are facing the same problem. They're wanting small loans, they're aspirational, they're smartphone savvy, they are present on social media, and they have no brand loyalty as such. So gone are the days when you used to stick to a financial institution like a State Bank of India. And so this current generation is looking for convenience, is looking for experiences where they can get whatever they want. So this problem is not only faced by, let's say, Sarvanan or let's say the young lady that I showed. It is faced by millions of Indians all across India. And they, typically are forced to get these smaller loans, which maybe a bank or a larger institution will not be looking at providing. They go to loan sharks finally. They also get these particular loans at very high interest rates, and it's a very time-consuming process. So all in all, this huge problem is estimated to be to the tune of $24 billion. And is only likely to go up as years go past. By 2025 is estimated to be $34 billion as per a research by Deloitte. And so, so what is our solution to the whole problem? So Loan Genie is that financial services platform that not only provides loans, but is going to be in the future a one-stop shop for the millennials coming in. So we are going to be looking at insurance, looking at providing financial education to the people so that they can be more financially savvy. Also looking at retail offers on the platform. And it is heavily going to be led by artificial intelligence and machine learning, which is the future for most of the platforms. And in terms of the tech roadmap, we are looking at a presenceless, cashless, and paperless environment with the customer's consent. We are planning to use technologies such as Aadhaar-based APIs, integration with Aadhaar-based APIs, PAN APIs, Sybil APIs, also e-sign, DigiLocker, UPI, the biggest one that is out there. A big thanks to the Indian government, to the banks who have been supporting it, to the ecosystem which has come up because of UPI. So yes, UPI will be a key part of our solution. And if you're looking at the AI/ML application, which I talked about, right from the chatbots to personalization of the experience for the customer, to recommendations for cross-selling and upselling. So there are myriad ways that, there's a very strong case for application of AI, even in collection analytics. What time is the customer logging in every day? Obviously with the consent of the customer. And what are the channels do they prefer? Do they prefer SMS? Do they prefer WhatsApp? And so on and so forth. So, and also, finally, I was talking to some BBMP women in Karnataka, in Bengaluru, and they were conversing with me in Kannada. But I know English and Hindi, I don't know Kannada. So I am hoping to use technology such as NLP to convert whatever my customer, whatever pain my customer has in whichever part of India there is, not only Karnataka, but other parts of the India, to basically, come up with solutions. Our business model is pretty simple. We are planning to charge 5% of the loan amount. And we have competitors in the market already who are looking at basically providing these loans, but not all of them solely concentrate on small loans. So our specialty is that we are looking at focusing on small loans only and not go across the whole spectrum, and planning to be a financial services platform using AI and ML, providing reasonable rates of interest thanks to the technology we use. Our traction is, we've reached across to 700 odd customers, and approximately 100 of them applied for a loan from us. But there were a lot of drop-offs because of, right now, a very basic technology that we are using. And we are hoping to overcome that by investing on the platform, by having the right technology. We've been very fortunate to be called for the investment committee round at IIT Roorkee, and also very, very fortunate for our idea to be selected at the International Financial Alliance for Women, which is supported by the likes of Citibank, HSBC, International Finance Corporation. And a little bit about me. So I am a Stanford alumna, flight lieutenant from the Indian Air Force. Also, with some 16 years of corporate experience as well, in various fields, international experience as well. And one thing which really motivates me is also to give back to the community, the society that I live in. So which is why I've been mentoring some students from at FKCCI Manthan. I've been mentoring IIT Bombay students. I'm also a mentor to Beyond Bengaluru initiative of KDEM. I'm a jury there. So I'm hoping to contribute to the Karnataka entrepreneurship ecosystem and also the Indian ecosystem. This particular slide is all about the marketing experience that I got during COVID, on which a 0 rupees budget, we are able to reach across to 100 million people in a matter of 1.5 months. So basically, we also had very strong folks like Juhi Chawla and Vidya Balan coming on the platform, which gave me a lot of experience about scaling, especially with regards to marketing strategy. I have wonderful mentors with me. Raj Jaswa, who is a former TiE Silicon Valley president. Shalini Warrior brings in the banking experience. She's a coup of Federal Bank. Vikram Verma, IIT Delhi. He is the Senior Vice President at Cred Avenue, and I'm supported by a team of interns from IIT Bombay, from Horizon College of Engineering, Bangalore, and IIM Lucknow, and Shailesh Mehta School of Management. So in terms of timelines, we are going to go live by March 2023, and by December of 2023, we are going to go live in 2 cities. In 2024, we hope to go to 14 cities of India. And we want to expand, and by 2025 we want to move to basically a break even. And I am looking for an investment for $1 million for a period of close to nearly 2 years, with RBI requirement of 2 crores. So so if there are people who are looking for a large market to address, who are looking for a team which has the experience and the network, and who are looking for a strong pipeline to address, then I would love to talk to them. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'm ready for questions.
Hi. One of the sort of hardest part of the whole thing seems to be, who the customer base would actually be. If there is really, you don't expect them to sort of be loyal to the brand, and you have competition coming in from the other fin players who may already be around, and people may know of them. Wouldn't it really be hard to get off the ground?
Yes, that's an excellent question, Janani. So the way we are looking at getting around it is there are a couple of things that we want to do. Definitely use artificial intelligence and machine learning to understand our customer better and serve them better. So the idea is to provide customer delight, not only just satisfaction, because so that is one of them. Also, I've also noticed that our focus on being a for-profit, but at the same time trying to provide the, maybe give away 5% of the customer fees that we charge to charity really makes a difference. So it makes a difference to the customer that I'm talking to. Because very lately what has happened is some of the lending companies, because of whatever, let's say some unethical means, they have gained an unsavory reputation. Also, traditionally in Indian context, loan sharks definitely do not have a very, very stellar reputation. To overcome all of this, we are strongly looking at passing on the benefits that we get through, let's say, 5% to a charity. So I have myself personally experienced when I mentioned this over phone to a customer of ours, that we are also, this is what we do, these are the loans we give, and we also give away to charity. I've noticed a subtle difference. That why? Because the moment he heard that we give away a certain part to Akshay Patra or some deservable charity, he called me ma'am. So earlier he was like, loan milega. So now after I told him like, yes, hum loan dete hai, and we give up to 30,000 rupees as of now, and we also because I matched it with being a for-profit, paisa milega, and we expected it back, but at the same time we want to be a for-profit with. So immediately the tone changed. Then I went to even my the interns I was trying to hire. So the moment I also mentioned this initiative that we are also looking at giving away. So a lot of the people have actually told me it might work against you. But what I'm actually seeing is that even the interns want to work with me. So I have IIT Bombay students. I think partly they are also there because of my mentor Raj Jaswa, who's also from IIT Bombay. But they are also there because they also like the challenge of working on this. And they also see it as a worthwhile cause.
How are you planning to manage collections?
Yes, ma'am, that is a very good question. I've been doing enough of research. In fact, I actually went to the market with giving a few loans just to get more than an idea from what I've read in media articles. So just to validate it myself, that how is that feeling which is there. So what we do is, in fact I did was I did a physical check of KYC, of whether the person is staying there or not. And these are, ma'am, salaried people. So they have already been vetted once by the company. So it is not like anybody. They have already been vetted by the HR or the whatever the process. So that way they are relatively safer. Second is they get their salary every month. So typically a situation where I don't have money shouldn't be arising. And also because we tend to give the loan only to people who we see the financial condition is secure enough. So we are not those loan sharks that even if we know this person is not going to be able to pay us, we push money on that person and then say that give us the money back, or we are going to go physical. We are the kind of people who will look at your pay slip, who will look at your bank statement for the last 3 months and look at your CIBIL score if available. If not available, then in which case we look at alternate data. We have a Loan Genie credit score that we have developed. I developed it with the help of a IIM Lucknow graduate who had got an offer from ICICI, but he also wanted to work with a startup. So that basic loan model that I have, I want to further work on it and basically use all the data which is available from the customer, use sentiment analysis, and then form a credit score. And we take post-dated checks. In case the person is unable to give us the money, then we counsel the person. Like I counseled the one particular salaried individual. I told him that, look, this is the second loan he was taking, and he said, I don't have the money. I told him that I'll be forced to present this check to the bank. And so then eventually, after a slight delay, maybe he took 1 more week, but he agreed to pay back basically. So those are some of the ways we are looking at handling collections. Yes. Yes, ma'am, that is so kind of you. But ma'am, actually, also the situation has been such that I'm forced to be more aware and read up a lot more than I would have just to make up for my deficiency. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah. I'm trying to understand, are you a P2P platform, or are you going to be a principal in this business?
So that's a great question, sir. So the P2P is, we are planning to be a P2P at a later point in time. For us to be a P2P or even a marketplace, we have to get a license first. So in order to get that license...
that's why I'm asking the question. The RBI regulations are completely different if you're a principal or if you're just an intermediary.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
And if you're going to be a principal, the question then is, you need a lot of capital to scale up this business. Have you thought about that?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I'm sorry for not having made my position clear. We want to be a marketplace where on one hand, we'll have the suppliers of capital, which can be the banks, can be the NBFCs, can also be the retail lenders. So that's going to be the supply side, and on the demand side, we will have the borrowers. So I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear.
So if you're going, so you're not going to be a principal in the transaction.
No, sir. We are going to be a marketplace, anyways.
Yeah.
Marketplace.
Okay. And the second question is, there are a lot of people actually. I personally know NBFCs which have been created in the last 5 years, 6 years. Right. They're using technology, AI and ML, for developing credit behavior, because there's a huge digital footprint.
Right.
All of us are leaving.
Right.
So in what way, what is your competitive advantage? I don't see your competitive advantage. Even advancing against salaries, there are companies out there.
Right, sir.
Some players from the US actually have come here.
Sir.
They're working with the corporates. So where is your competitive advantage?
Sir, actually, so we are looking at for Loan Genie to be a financial services platform. So lending is just going to be one of the, of course, we're going to start only with lending, so that not to confuse people, but our vision is much bigger than just to be a lender. So this is why we're going to be different from the rest of them. And of course, the Loan Genie score right now, we've made it with using 50 data points. But sir, there have been instances of people using 1,000 data points. And so that makes it very platform specific, because I might, as a platform, I might consider certain things to be risky, and the other platform may consider that to be okay.
That's
so that
correct.
Yes, sir.
If I may, just one last point, please.
Yes, sir.
See, the advantage of having sachet loans,
Sir.
there's micro loans,
Sir.
is that you can do the credit risk management using technology at the portfolio level, because the law of large numbers will actually assist you.
Yes.
You don't need to develop a very good micro level credit score in order to run this business. If what you're advancing is only 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, you can manage that at the portfolio level using technology. I don't know whether you've thought of this.
Yes, sir. Actually, the thing is, we want to be as light, asset light as possible. So I think that is the reason why we're looking at the machine learning model, in which you throw more data and becomes intelligent, becomes real time, and in real time it kind of tweaks itself in real time as the data keeps coming in. So that's the hope, and which is why I'm looking at even institutions like IISc, if I can get some kind of a inputs from the experts over there, because these are the kind of people who can help.
Yeah, Kanchan, I had to stop you there.
IISc is the wrong place for this business. It is a great institution, but for this business, it's not the place.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Maybe ISI. Yes. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kanchan, for that. Moving on to Team 2, switching gears from finance to safety now. So, Team 2, Argo, or Argoprudent Technologies Pvt Ltd, is founded by Ms. Vedamata Mudepal, which is committed to make the world a safer place by providing innovative technology, with a combination of reliability, affordability through their set of products. So they have products like Apt Alert Series and Apt Safe and Sound. They also provide semiconductor product engineering services for a lot of companies. Little background, they are incubated in NRCL at IIMB, which is the incubation cell of IIMB, and they are selected venture for Elevate Women Accelerator Program from the GAIN. They're also winners of Elevate 2021 Idea to POC Grant Program. For this Pitchfest, Argo Technologies was mentored by our mentor, Srinivas Vardarajan, charter member of TiE. Over to Team Argo, all the best.
Argoprudent Technologies. Creating safe habitat for everyone is the commitment of Argo. I am Suparna and this is Vedamata. We are founders of Argoprudent Technologies.
Namaste. 4 years ago, there was an incident of burglary in our neighborhood. Unfortunately, though they had CCTV surveillance, they could neither avoid the incidents nor produce CCTV footage as evidence. This made us look for a good solution for our premise to have to avoid such incidences. To our surprise, we found that there was no good solution available in the market which can give solution without continuous human intervention. Our research found that the solutions available in other countries are neither suitable nor affordable for Indian conditions. In today's new age technology-enabled world, why are we still stuck to age-old reactive and complex systems like CCTV for our safety? Don't you think our market deserves better products? As a solution, Argo is coming up with 2 variants of Apt Alert series of products. The basic version is Audio Alert, which is based on LoRa or RF technology, and advanced version is equipped with camera to give real-time visuals of the premise on intrusion or movement detection. Our products are in the R&D phase. Along with lab testing, we are doing on-premise testing also. At present, we are bringing up the beta version of the prototypes. We are in the process of acquiring IP and patent for the same. With our disruptive technology-enabled solutions, we want to reshape the Indian surveillance landscape. Our team has done extensive technical and market research to arrive at these efficient, reliable, and user-friendly products. These are rugged and 100% reliable, compact devices with no wiring or infrastructure requirements. They're plug-and-play DIY solutions. It needs less than 5 minutes for installation. Our sensors work in any lighting condition. Because of this, we have varieties of use cases, though our primary market segments are residences, apartments, but it can be used for pest intrusion in warehouses, for unauthorized movement in SMB segment. Most importantly, it comes handy in child, elderly or disabled care. Our market surveys reveals that the penetration of intruder detection systems in India is negligible. However, people are eager to adopt if reliable, affordable, and easy to use products are offered to them. The Indian surveillance industry is valued at 7.5 billion by 2026. This is a huge addressable market for Argo, we being one of the early entrants in this space. As part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, we will be competing with cheap import solution providers such as Xiaomi, Hijwiz, Philips, etc. After completing product design, our immediate milestone is to launch both the versions of Apt Alert commercially. After that, enhance infrastructure to increase production capacity and customer support. Also, we want to realize the bespoke versions of products for safety of disabled and children. However, our subsequent milestones will be enhanced production quality assurance to target larger market segments, provide comprehensive security solution with evolving needs of society, increase sales channels including e-commerce, portals, etc. Word of mouth and referral sales are our primary marketing and sales channel. However, we want to associate with architects and interior designers to integrate Apt Alert in new house and apartments. Our primary revenue will be through product sales. With meticulous insights and calculations, we have arrived at this cost structure for both versions of Apt Alert. With very conservative and realistic estimation, with Apt Alert series products alone, Argo would be reaching 77 crore revenue in next 5 years. Safe habitat for everyone is the mission of Argo. To begin with, we want to achieve Surakshita Karnataka. Being a women-led organization, we encourage women empowerment. 90% of our current workforce is back-to-work women. We will generate employment across social and educational and economical sections, and even tier 2, tier 3 city will see a lot of skill development. It will reduce crime, and we are partnering with Vardhan and other NPOs to safeguard, to make customized products to safeguard elderly, disabled, and children. Our products are very compact, so it will result in reducing e-waste. Our passionate team, driven by Make in India initiative, comprises of people with varied background and expertise. Me and Suparna together bring in 30 years of industry experience. My expertise is in semiconductor hardware design, and I take care of operations and R&D in our company. Whereas Suparna has 5+ years of experience as an entrepreneur, and she takes care of marketing and product economics and market research. However, we are privileged to have the global advisories, Dr. Ramesh Hegde and Priya, and we are extremely privileged to have mentoring and guidance support extended by NSRCL IIMB Bangalore team and SAFL team. Our our product idea was first appreciated by NSRCL by IIM Bangalore because it was we were selected for incubation program after 3 rounds of rigorous screening. We are also part of the GAINS current acceleration program, which is for women-led tech ventures. We are also a proud winners of Elevate 2021, and we have been recognized by Startup Karnataka and DPIIT. Since our efforts are in ESDM vertical, we are very happy to be associated with SFAL, that is Semiconductor Fabless Accelerator Lab. However, this is how we would want to, our expenditure habit has been, and we would want to continue the same thing. Initially, our product R&D was funded by our services revenue. However, we got a grant of 20 lakhs from Startup Karnataka. What is our expectation from TiE Mysuru is mentoring and guidance, networking and industry connects, assistance in go-to-market strategies, guidance in enhancing customer support, and encouragement to accelerate our growth. We thank the jury and TiE Mysuru for this wonderful initiative to enable women entrepreneurs and providing this opportunity to us. We are sure to make safe habitat for everyone and Surakshita Karnataka a reality through our innovative products and your kind support. Thank you. We are actually working very hard to achieve that cost initially, at least because it's in R&D stage, and you know the volume game, and you know the price at which I get the materials for 100 units is way costlier, more than double for if I go for 1K production. These are for when we consider BOM costing based for 1K, 2K. That is how we have arrived at that cost structure. So we plan to break even if we sell some 5,000 pieces of basic version.
The second question I had for you was that I saw you say that word of mouth is going to be your initial strategy.
See, we are testing our POCs at various premises, around 10 places we have installed our devices, both audio as well as our advanced versions, which are in very raw finish, I can say. But from there we are getting a lot of inquiries because people are very eager to adopt to that. So we think at least to begin with, see, we cannot produce 1K right now. I don't have that kind of funds right now. So we want to go very slow initially. So I think if I have now already I have more than 100 inquiries, but I don't have that much of goods to cater. So I think that is how I'll start, is what we are thinking. Yeah.
And how much have you explored the market, elderly care and disability specific market? Because I think there's a huge potential there given the current social condition.
As I told, we are associated with 2 NPOs. One is Vardhan and one is Morning Songs, who are our co-incubatees from NSRCL only. So they have given us a fair idea of what are their needs, what kind of devices they need and for what purpose. So that is where we started getting into that space as well for elderly care and disabled. Yeah.
If I may, could you just walk us through what actually happens? I mean, you have a device there. What would the alarm be? How would the response be? Because that cycle really decides whether you're in this kind of a market or something else.
Yeah. See the See, currently we are offering 2 alerts. Okay, one is just audio alert, the other one is video. Let me take you through the audio alert. There is a device installed in strategical places. Okay, even if you are having CCTV, you can install it along with that. So when there is a movement detection, it gives you an alert through a receiver. It is not through phone. I have an independent system of sensor and receiver units physically. So even if there is a shift change of your securities or whatever, he can still, it's a portable one. The range is up to 500 meters. Even if he is walking around the campus, he can still hear. And see, night they will be drowsy. They are not watching the CCTV all the time. So when they get a sound alert, they can see or take the required action needed.
So in the
It
context,
doesn't go unnoticed.
got it. See, in the context of say elderly care or say child
Yeah.
care or whatever, I can understand because there is a 1:1. There is one individual who has the receive and they will know if there's an alarm, this is where it's coming from. In an apartment,
No, apartment gates.
no, but it could be coming from anywhere, right?
Sorry?
Apartments are large places.
See, this one receiver can be linked to many sensors. Okay? And we are exploring options where, it can typically display from where it is coming in.
Sensors are portable actually.
It's like a fire alarm almost kind of thing.
Those
where
sensors-
you
Yeah,
know
it is-
where,
it
no,
is
no,
intruder
I'm just-
detection.
No, not from the tech perspective.
Yeah.
Today, if it's a fire alarm, it actually there's a light or something which says it's coming from
Correct,
this apartment.
exactly.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
That is one thing. Elderly care, its a use case is different. Yeah, so I can explain you, I can go on how it is used, but in the best interest of time. Yeah, we are making, also, I missed out here, our designs are very versatile. They can accommodate customizations easily. That is how we have been building. Yeah, thank you.
So if I understood it correctly,
Yeah, tell me.
you're saying that there are alternative products available in the market to provide this
Yes.
solution.
The camera one you have,
Yeah,
I don't see much of audio alert.
okay. But then there are big boys in this
Yes,
space,
yes.
right? So my question to you
Yes,
is,
please.
see, to scale it up, it is one thing to come up with a product design and do the beta testing, but it's completely different to mass produce it such that it's a reliable product and you can provide warranties, etc. That's a completely different skill set. So have you thought about actually licensing out your IP?
No, not right now.
Why do you want to get into, because from what I see, you don't have that expertise with you for mass producing reliable quality, robust instruments.
We are taking one step at a time. I am hopeful, to some extent we will be able to produce and cater. And what I am trying to actually address is, I don't want use and throw product. I want to have customer support, and safety is my concern. Okay, what is happening today? There are a lot of, there are cheap, even camera versions which are available even at 2,000 rupees. It doesn't actually serve the purpose. You bring in, keep, it doesn't work, or it gives false alarm, or if it doesn't give proper alarm, you throw it into the dustbin. The purpose of safety is lost here. That is not something what I want to do. I don't want to compete on price really, but it should be affordable, yet it should be reliability is the key. So for now, I am thinking we will produce, we will cater to market and build our brand. And that is what I am thinking. We want to have our own setup and, grow.
See, the thing is, in these kind of...
I don't want to give away IP right away.
No, I know. In these kind of products, right,
Yeah.
where there is quality uncertainty, in fact, it is the price is actually taken as a signal of quality. Higher the price, people think it's a better quality. So offering a cheap product, the market may construe that as lower quality. So it's not necessarily true. It's a marketing challenge.
Yeah, there is always, other side. The iPhones are not cheap, but people are looking forward to it. Yeah, yes, that is exactly what I want to see. For every segment, there is a customer. I want to cater to the customer who is looking for my products, for the reliability aspect of it.
Yeah, Team Argo, thank you so much. Yeah, big round of applause for them.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
List, and also, technically the last finalist, but yeah, I mean, it's still a pitch. So in the idea stage, finalist number 3, Magnetech Innovations. So Magnetech, so if everybody understands how human evolution changed by the invention of wheel, so electrical evolution changed because the invention of motor. So this company specializes in component manufacturing. They are advanced electronics startup. So they are founded by Lakshmi Shastri. So they have expertise in bladeless DC motors, which are used in drones or surveillance applications, agriculture applications. They manufacture motors for missile fin actuation and also motors for exoskeleton robots, which can actually augment the performance of a human. Their designs are rugged, highly efficient, high torque, and they result in high battery life. So they are incubated in SJC step, and for this Pitchfest, Magnetech Innovations has been mentored by our charter member Mahesh Rao, and yeah, Team Magnetech Innovations, over to you. All the best.
The founder director of Magnetech Innovations Private Limited. Firstly, I thank you TiE Mysuru for this opportunity. So we are into designing and manufacturing of BLDC motors for drones and robotic applications. So we all know that there is a revolution for drone applications in the field of defense, agriculture, medical and surveillance. Can you hear? Oh. So use of these BLDC motors in this application is increasing phenomenally, and this BLDC motor is the art of drone. So right now there is no efficient manufacturing system in India. So everybody is importing these BLDC motors, and only few manufacturers in USA, UK, and also China is the biggest maker of this BLDC motor. So right now our solution is we want to reach out this special sector, and through our innovation and reliable designs, and manufacture the BLDC motors for these drone applications. So we want to develop a smart, very precise and reliable and self-optimizing products, and also help India to be in the forefront in this product segment. So through our innovative products, we can also, India can become an Atmanirbhar, and also it has got a potential to become a hub for drones and drone motors. So our product well fits into Make in India concept, and we have got the potential to export these products as well. So our main objectives is import substitute and also energy saving. This is phenomenal, around 50 to 60%, and cost saving, and also we will be industry 4 ready. So our product specification, as I said, it's high motor efficiency and also rugged designs, long life. Of the benefit for the user is there will be a dynamic performance, and also operating at -65 to +190°F, and the product will be compact and lightweight and compact. So we are providing a customized solutions and complete solutions like support design and integration and also validation. So we found that 800 plus crore rupees worth BLDC motors are imported right now annually. So we found that there is a huge gap for these products for the drone applications. So our target customers are manufacturers of surveillance drones, and agricultural equipment manufacturers, defense vendors, and also robotic arm manufacturers. So currently, these products are manufactured in China, Jiangsu Pulling Motors, Tamagawa, Japan, and few in USA. So our USP is one-stop stop solution. That's a complete solution for this application, and indigenized product, and also customization for a specific application. So then cost-effective models. Our business model is ideation, product definition, and detailed designing. That is system designing, prototyping, validation, testing, and commercialization. So we are going to market these products online, and also we will have distribution channels, then direct sales to the OEMs. So these are the financials. We have spent around 10 lakhs for the design developments, and now we are yet to make the prototypes. We need another 3.5 to 4 crores for setting up the production lines and manufacturing unit, and also for the test equipments. So we have a target of reaching to 40 crores in coming 5 years. Then there will be an additional tax generation of 9 crores within 5 years, because there will be a forex savings of 15 crores because everyone is now importing. Then there will be an employment generation of 250 skilled people. This is the growth chart we have. Coming 1.5 year, we are going to reach 5 crores, and then 15 crores in 3 years, and 40 crores in 5 years. So my team, myself, I'm the managing director, and I take care of the operations and customer support. Mr. Ramesh Shastri is the director technical and marketing. He has got around 20 plus years of experience in the Magnetech's design and development. Mr. Parthasarathi is the business development director. He has got 30 plus years of experience. And Mr. Dilip K. Somaya is our chief mentor for the lean manufacturing concepts and implementation. So our core strength is we have a strong in-house design team, and custom design products and solutions we are going to provide. We are targeting only low and medium volumes production. Then all our products will be tested by a state-of-art test equipments. So our complete team has got 20 plus years of experience in this technical field. Then so this is how we want to delight our customers through our designs, process mapping, and automation. So I thank you. So I'm open for question and answer. Sir.
Are you just designing and manufacturing brushless BLDC motors, or the controllers too? The whole
Controllers also.
or the whole system?
As it's a complete solution.
Okay. Now my second question is, I know that BMC USA,
Yeah.
they have a joint venture in Pune. The Brushless Motor Corporation of USA, they have a joint venture in Pune. Don't they actually make
They are not making this BLDC motors for drones.
for drones?
They are not making. They are into industrial automation and other kind of applications.
Okay. The third question is,
Yes, sir.
the permanent magnet solutions, the
PMDC.
PMSM motors.
Yeah.
Those manufacturers, I know there are a lot of PMSM manufacturers in India.
Yes, yes, yes.
If this market really takes off, for instance, the government of India banned the import of drones recently.
Yeah.
So if they also ban import of these VLDC for drones, can't they actually retool themselves? You will have
They
competition.
can also start, sir, but it's a special design skills are required. So they can also make, as far my knowledge.
Now, why I'm trying to assess the competitive advantage you have Because there are a lot of these PMSM manufacturers in India.
Yes, got it, sir.
What's your average revenue per customer?
It will be around 5 crores. Maybe after 3 years I'm talking, not as of now.
Your year one showed 50 customers, right? Like, I mean,
Can you please?
in their business plan, year one shows 50 customers, right? Yeah.
Amen.
So what is
Yes,
their
in the
expectation?
50 customers, we'll have, we can reach up to 5 crores. Initially, the cost will, they will be buying only few, maybe 10 or 20 or something like that. So we need around 50 customers.
What is your expectation?
Sir.
No, I was looking at what's your expected average revenue year one per
Year
customer,
one.
per customer.
Per customer. Ma'am, it depends because it exactly, some customers may buy only 1 or 2. Some customers may be 100 because it's a little bit high priced, around 10,000 to 12,000 rupees per motor. So depending on that, it may not be one customer, 1 crore, something like that. So maybe very small, 10 lakh, 25 lakh, something like that.
End of this Pitchfest, and it is time to recognize the people who were behind this entire event. We would now like to recognize our mentors who have consistently given feedback and have been able to mentor these people to become better. I just want to recognize all the mentors, even though few of them are not present today. Mr. Vidya Shankar, Mr. Shabrishan, Dr. Arjun Sachidanand, Kantra Jarasar, Mr. Srinivas Varadarajan, Mr. Bhaskar Kadale, and we have 2 of the mentors with us. May I request Sri Lakshmi ma'am to please come on the dais to do the honors. And may I request the 2 mentors, Mr. Sudanva Dhananjaya, TiE Mysuru President, and Mr. Shankar Prasad to kindly come on stage and
And I know it has been 3 hours here and you guys are ready to either have your food or just get out. We cannot get out because this raining. So we might as well entertain each other. Thank you everybody. Really it has been absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure to have you all here through the end. And now nature is conspiring with us that we cannot go anywhere. I really would, I know you all are ready to hear the winners. Believe me, life has nothing to do with winning and losing. You are starting your journey now. 13 years into entrepreneurship. And I realized that today either I will be very happy, motivated if I have won, or if I have lost, the motivation is even more bigger. So girls, you have done a phenomenal job. Through the festivities, when women can stand and take a charge of their lives, I don't think anything can come in between you. So today winning or losing has no meaning, or it has meaning to feel good. They say you are happy, you can toast yourself. You are sad, you can have a big glass. Either way, we will enjoy with each other, and it doesn't stop here. We all want this to become a cohort. I had started this journey in this town, Namma Mysuru, which it became, like Shraddha said, in 2011. And 2011, we did not have so many people to talk to. So believe me, my Bangalore friends would not understand why, even if there was a flicker or even one small event, I would travel 3 hours one way and I will come back 3 hours the other way only to be there for 15 minutes. But that is changing. And I'm very happy because I really took upon myself, promised myself, that a cohort in Mysuru for women entrepreneurs has to be made, and there is no other go. Why can't we do it here when Bangalore was full of these women entrepreneurs changing the world? We are situated in a very beautiful place. 130 kilometers this side, happening place of the world. And see, even the nature says yes. And 130 kilometers on the other side, we are into MR Hills and BR Hills in Nirvana. So we thought, okay, why not Mysuru be near to Bangalore than BR Hills and MM Hills. And here we are today doing the second chapter, and believe me, many more of this Pitchfest every single year we are going to do. So I invite you beyond this Pitchfest to be part of this cohort so that we can help each other. We women are the strongest species on the earth. I have never seen a woman farmer committing suicide. I have only seen men farmers committing suicide. And we take charge from there. So girls, we are there. So we are here to support each other so that this should become a full-scale cohort, not just this time, but for many years to come. I think that is the vision I look forward to, and I'm very sure you all girls are going to be with me. So thank you so much. It has been quite a journey for all of us here, creating 3 different buckets and trying to do things around. Can't thank enough to the team who is behind it. Vote of thanks would be there, and I'm sure Adarsh is going to do justice to it. But today, right now, based on the judging criteria of identification of problem, market opportunity, product market, competitive advantage, management team capability, financial understanding, and presentation and delivery. We started this journey with having some workshop for you guys, and I think all the 3 workshops were very, very useful. This is the feedback I kept getting through the Pitchfest. As much as these are all MBA jargons, simple rule ये है कि 5 रुपए की चाय बेच के दिखाओ and you are a businesswoman. And here you go, and I'm very sure we'll go beyond 5 rupees. So here we go, thanking our jury, past and today's, especially Amrish sir, can't thank you enough. Every single participant, when they went out for tea, they kept saying, we have a jury which are telling us how to run our business. So you gave them a feedback that they needed to hear most. Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am, I never knew that learning and development can become so important in life. I cannot thank you enough to the pointed questions you put and made this participant think about their strategies right from the conception. Thank you so much, ma'am. I have known Janani for more than 30 years. We both go a long way. And I have known her as a scientist. I have seen her develop herself as an entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur. Thank you, Janani, for your real efforts and time. Today was not the day to travel from Bangalore to Mysore. Anybody and everybody who traveled today will confess, and they don't know when they will go back. So I know that it took a lot of time, efforts from all of you, but Mysuru, thank you. Mysuru people, thank you for coming here and made it possible. Thank you, Divya, coming all the way from Mumbai. I can't thank you enough. I'm hoping all of you will have a very safe trip back home. And the last part of my talk, I just wanted you all to feel good here. It's been 3 hours you have been sitting here. I would request Ambrish sir to come on the stage and announce the winners for all the 3 buckets.
Thank you, everyone. After having a thunderous day and real thunders to compensate with the thunderous applause, and ma'am with her thunderous words, I don't have enough to say. So a huge round of applause to everybody gathered here today. I thank the TiE board members, Sudhanma sir, the TiE Mysore president, and all the board members, all the charter members, the associate members, everyone who participated in this amazing journey, all the jury, and of course the amazing audience and students who are present here today. Because of the rain, we were worried that people would not arrive on time, but it's a blessing that it arrived later, so people could not go out of here. So really great to have had so many women participate here today. One of my school teachers in the 4th grade would say, what is the definition of a woman? And she would say it is W-O man, which is W-O man. And that's what is a woman, is twice the power, potential, mindset, and everything of a man. So I remember her today, and with that spirit of one, of course, talking about empowering, and 2, we can reach true empowerment when there is equality of both men and women together, where nobody needs empowerment and nobody needs any additional support. We will march to that future where all of us equally, with equal opportunity, with no need for empowerment, can work together, achieve together, and build a more prosperous and a progressive society together. So with that, thank you everybody for being here, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful month ahead.